I'll get our mics up and we're good to go. Alright, so Team 1, Team 3's in, MonJP's in. Do these guys not know who to go with? Team 4, MonJP. This doesn't look too good. I'm gonna pause it. Why is it taking them so long? Alrighty, let's get started. Game 1 of up and coming / intermediate league / we've got Team NT in this game, who is from memory not an intermediate, but we'll see how this goes. With me right now is Intri. How you going, man?
How's it going? Which one is TMNT? Is that TikTok?
TikTok, yep.
Okay. Keep an eye on him then this game.
Yeah, I'll call out the player identities here. So top left green is Team NT. Takes he actually got his original color, which is light green. My ally AFK. No, never mind. With Team NT is MonJP. Holy shit, that's a tough one. Top right we got Underscore and Toxic Panda. Bottom right we have Isaiah and Mozo. Bottom left we got Go Get It and Silver Horse. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think top left, bottom right in finals. Top left take the win. Any predictions there for you and Tree?
I try not to make predictions and more say what teams I'm most interested in, and I'm definitely most excited in top left right now. I'm excited to see how TMNG or TikTok in this game plays because I don't think I've seen him before. But I think Go Get It is also a player that's been pretty underrated, so I'm excited to see how well he performs this game.
Yeah, Go Get It's had a lot of experience in pro games, so it'd be very interesting to see him in here playing against these up and comers. He's laid up against Mozo. Mozo's very good as well, so tough lane for him.
Yeah, and Mozo and Isaiah are off to a pretty early lead here. As far as score is concerned in supply,
Yeah,
both of them are controlling pretty well.
Isaiah is really good in lane. Really good in lane. I mean, he usually gets me on the first engagement. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how big of a feat that is because I think 99% of the players do get me on it. But yeah, he does split well. He's got good micro.
Underscore is actually trading pretty well against MonJP as well.
Yeah, Underscore's. I don't know if you play much against him. He's trying out some different stuff, which is always good in a player.
That's awesome.
He generally goes one bunk merc. He really likes merking his marines and high upgrades. So I'll be interested to see how Mon plays against it because if he hasn't played him yet, he's gonna have to learn to counter.
Sure. So something interesting is watching. Oh, first of all, it was a great nuke by Underscore. His partner was going to lose that fight, but he got a nuke that gave him 73 kills.
Wow.
Let's see if he can convert this into a pretty big early game advantage. Because that's a lot of money that he could spend on upgrades and further his strat of pretty heavy upgrades early on, or he could do something else.
We see on 600 right now. I'm surprised he hasn't merked. Maybe he's changed it up. I mean, I did tell him that merc isn't the be-all, end-all. It is a good strat, but it's situational when you use it, and I prefer to use it if I have to cancel if I'm getting too much pressure on my lane. Like my partner's losing his lane, I'm losing my lane. You're better off merking than trying to drop that second bunk.
It seems to me like Underscore is saying, well, he got a big nuke off, and he's going to try to push for an early bunker. And so he's sitting on 850 minerals, and if he wins this trade, he'll get very close to 1,000.
Yeah, it's just 50 off
Yeah,
right
he's at
now.
968. So
Very,
he's saying if I can get my bunker down, that'll give me the lane dominance I need.
yep. Have a look at Team NT's upgrades. 33246.
Yeah, he's gone very heavy upgrades. Ooh, and it looks like he's collapsing now.
He's completely. If you heard just before the match started, I was asking him if he still plays the 8 speed like they did back in the day, and he goes, "No, I just counter." So if you have a look at his upgrades, it's really all he's done is got 2 more regen and 1 more speed than Silver.
Yeah, honestly, I would actually give the upgrade advantage to Silver in that matchup. I think that the 6th speed is generally a little too expensive compared to only 5 speed, and
Yeah,
it doesn't give you actually enough advantage in it.
that is
But what
true.
we see is Silver's been overextending, and TMNT is doing something even most top players don't. He's splitting up his army, so he gets beautiful concaves
Yeah,
every single time Silver pushes out, but Silver's just pushed deep near his bunker every single time in this lane, which is why Silver's doing so poorly. And
yep.
even after the nuke, Silver's still down by 100 score, and that nuke was not in time to get her bunker down. So Silver is going to have to get a lot out of this nuke and pressure for her to be in okay shape in this lane.
Yeah, which is going to be
Um,
hard because I don't think he's gonna let Silver feed off him. So he's going to play very
yeah,
passively, I think, and resupply.
yeah. Well, Underscore got his Reaper bunker down,
Wow, and he went Reapers. He's changing his game style. I like that. He usually just goes Marines. Interesting.
and here he is pressuring his partner's lane while his partner is getting his bunker down. I like this style a lot. He's getting a bunch of food here. He's starving Mon JP, who's being very defensive while Mon JP gets his own bunker down. And he's getting farm and helping pressure for his partner's bunker. I like that play a lot.
Yep, and here we go. Team NT pinged on the map. I think he saw it. I didn't see him see it, but I think he saw it. He pings the bunk there.
Yep, and Mon JP comes,
And here
and
comes
Mon JP looks like he's about to be cut.
GGI. Looks like he's gonna nuke it as well. I don't know.
Potentially, I don't think he needs to with that
Underscore.
beautiful cut from Underscore.
Wow, this is something that Stardock and I were doing in the last Pro League game. A lot of people didn't like it in the game, but we tried this strat. We had Trigger. We didn't know we had Trigger, and I think it was you in the diagonal, and we were just alternating between the other two, even though we shouldn't have, just to help our diagonal. I don't know if you remember that game. Trigger went on tanks.
I remember the game that Trigger went for one base tanks,
Yep.
lost all of his tanks, and didn't do much the rest of the game. That one.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I think the
Yeah,
tank got called out by bottom left. You guys were top left, and we hit bottom
yeah,
left when they ran up to hit you guys. It's like, why would we want to kill our diagonal? And this is what Underscore
absolutely,
did. He actually let his diagonal get the bunk, and that's pretty good play. Let your diagonal
I mean,
crumble, and you're
yeah,
next.
absolutely, and even beyond that, he got a lot of farm in the process.
Yeah,
Like Underscore is making the prime case for why early nukes can be powerful. He nuked to give him and his partner a huge edge in the early game, and he then went Reapers for that early power spike. He merked to get even more power spike, and as a result, he is first place by 500,
yep.
which is a pretty big deal. I think he's. I personally disagree with the early nukes, but he's making a very good case for it. I think one thing I would like to see is a little more focus on upgrades. He's still sitting in only 1 attack and 1 armor, and I agree that upgrades aren't the best, but getting an extra 2 of each only costs like 300 minerals,
Yeah,
and it really does increase
and
your combat
and
strength and your
and I
efficiency.
and I would recommend to anyone else listening as well. That's 100% right, and especially like it's very important to do it, but it's mandatory. I'd say mandatory once you've merked to get more than 1 armor. You're just going to feed 15 minerals on every Reaper that dies here, which is a lot. It's the same as 3 marine kills. If you've merked up, get the armor, and there we go. He gets some armor. Armor and regen. You don't want to lose
Yeah,
those.
and now he's on 4-4, and he's going to start trading much better against everyone. Alright, quick nuke check. So bottom right still has both nukes. Bottom left, I believe, only has one nuke. I believe it is Go Get It's nuke. Top left also still has both nukes. So actually, only 3 nukes have been used this game, and everyone got their bunkers down.
Yeah, it's very different to our usual UNC games. Usually, when these games are playing, it's like all the nukes go out within the first 10 minutes. So,
Yeah,
um,
everyone usually nukes to either cancel their lane's first bunker or to ensure their own first bunker gets down. Is usually how I see these go, but
It's probably a good thing.
not this
They've
time.
probably been watching a lot of the pro games and seeing how we play, and you know, they're a lot more restrictive on using the nukes in the pro games. We use it for killing, like kill moves, as opposed to getting up in the leaderboard early, because we know when we get up in the leaderboard, we're going to get gangbanged.
Yeah, but at the same time, in these types of games, it's not clear that people are so inclined to 4v2 or 6v2
Mm.
as they are in the pro league. So it might be possible that the strategies that work for pro league aren't necessarily the best strategies here. But it's it's a huge preference call about when to nuke, and I don't think we can make the clear argument one way or the other
Yeah, I
with our
mean,
current understanding of the game.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think some people can pull it off even with the lead the whole way. Especially if there's no all chat. I find if there's no all chat, it's a lot easier to contain the lead, um, and stay up there, because people can't coordinate the 6v2s or 4v2s that easily. I like bottom left
Absolutely.
bunker placement here. You know, they both went reaps. Um, I like that build, but they are in a tough spot right now with both their lanes much higher. Team NT jumping into first place.
Well, Go Get It's actually holding his own against Mozo. He's even with Mozo here, but
Ooh,
definitely Silver is having a hard time against TMNT here.
yep,
Although that was TMNT's nuke, I believe, and that was
it
only
was.
34 kills. So that's actually a really huge boon to Silver, that there's no longer the threat of a nuke push coming from her lane.
His partner does have one, but yeah, I don't think MonJP will use it to take out blue,
That's,
considering that silver is at the bottom of the leaderboard right now.
sure.
But hey, I wonder if that nuke was to save his shield tower.
I think it was. I think
Yeah.
it was a nuke because he built an aggressive shield tower and Go Get It came and pressured it. And so he saw, ooh, there's two armies here. There's two colors here rather. Let's nuke it. And he didn't realize that Go Get It didn't have much army. Ooh, Go Get It's going for I think the
Ooh.
first person to go for a second expansion this game, a third total bunker. And with that shield tower there, it looks like Mozo might not even scout it.
Yep. And look at GGI's upgrades. He's got pretty sick upgrades against Mozo. He's got 8 range, 7 armor. He's got Mozo beat in upgrades. That's for sure. But check out the scores right now. Between first and first and last place is 1500. Everyone's pretty well balanced here. It's
Yeah,
making it a good game.
yeah,
Oh, but
absolutely.
check this out.
Except for TikTok.
Check this out.
Oh man.
I was
Someone says, "Oh
wondering.
my god."
Yeah, I was wondering why he's only on 2 range. I'm like, what's he doing? What's he doing there?
All right, I'm a
He did
huge
take.
fan of that. Oh,
Yeah.
wait! Look at top left.
Oh,
TMNT also has a tank already.
wow.
But see, the
Wow.
difference is that TMNT is ahead of him in score by almost 1500, by
Yep.
almost the full tank value. So
Yeah.
he's going to be substantially stronger still. But
This is the risk of
that's
going.
not 1JP.
Yeah, and this is the risk, right, of building a tank is that you lose technically 1500 in upgrades. That's why a lot of people don't do. Oh my god, this bunker is going to go down to 2000 health. It lives.
Oh,
Here comes a nuke. The nuke will kill it.
Nuke does get it, and
Oh,
boom, that skyrockets Mozo to first.
wow. Oh, GGI, that's gonna hurt. Probably regretting not throwing down his nuke earlier to protect it. But I will say this to you, GGI, if you watch the replays here, building in that spot is risky because it's far. Just gonna say it. It's a riskier gameplay. Rods would have been easier to protect because you would
Yeah.
have had the backline support from the second bunker.
Okay, so Underscore is pushing top left with his tank after Brown called out tank from top left. And unfortunately, Toxic Panda has started falling behind. I'm not sure how he got so far behind here, but
This is risky. I mean, look at this. The tank's being pushed. If Silver pushes now, that tank top left may be at risk. Although top right doesn't have any nukes left, whereas MonJP does. And this is the reason why you save your
this
nuke.
is the nuke time.
Yeah,
This is where nukes are gonna change it.
oh, and it doesn't look like Go Get It can help there. Getting double teamed again. And Silver playing very risky here with the two supply depots.
Yeah, two depots on when you're behind your lane tends to be very risky.
Yep.
It's okay when you're ahead and you can defend them with the strength of your units,
Yep.
but when they can push on you, what you can find players can do is, particularly if they have a range advantage, they can get a beautiful concave and go after those supply depots, and
Yeah.
there's no defensive advantage, and you're kind of forced to defend them because you've invested 700 minerals in there,
Yeah. I mean,
and so you can sometimes start feeding.
it's a really sort of aggressive strategy that you see work very well in pubs. Oh, is it going to be? Oh, he cancelled. Oh, he
All
cancelled.
right, and then MonJP is pushing on the tank, but that tank is going to hold that position. Is that splash?
No,
No,
no, not yet.
that was just Reapers. I was about to be very surprised.
Yeah.
So here, how do you think about TMNT taking that Reaper position?
Oh, that's Oblivion plays. I personally don't like it. I mean, if Oblivion does it, I'm like, okay, cool, it's you. You know, I know you can pull it off, but it really fucks me up because that's where I want to drop my reap, especially when he does it first and he doesn't ask permission. He just does it because he knows if he asks, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But besides that, like it also stops your expansions. I mean, Mon JP did go two Marines, and if he went Reaps, Rauders next, that would have been his two supply spot. You know, and it just kind of messes up other people's gameplay. I think Go Get It's being a bit, um, uh, I don't know what the word is.
Aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, taking some risks. Considering he lost that bunker in the first place, maybe playing a bit safer and taking a marine spot, seeing as Silver's gone rods, may have been better. Oh, that
Yeah,
was a
this feels like
quick cancel.
honestly, I'm okay with quick cancels. I think that TMNT is so strong, and Silverhorse knows that she's trying to defend this bunker going up. So if she leaves that
Yeah,
Marauder going up, it'll aggro top left too much, and they have their priorities. If they
yeah,
try to get both of them might get canceled. And this way, okay, we got that bunker up safely. I wasted 250 minerals, but
yeah.
that's fine.
That,
It's okay to be safe, and you rebuild it later.
Yeah, I think that's a great point you made there. I think a lot of pro players, it's an unsaid thing, right? So if you've got two bunkers going up, the idiot who dropped the second bunker while you're, I won't say idiot, but like the player who threw down their bunker last should be the one to cancel to help the one that's almost finished because they shouldn't have dropped it in the first place while you were building.
And it's likely the one that's more risky because there was less time. Ooh, here was a big nuke from MonJP on the tank, but
Oh, it
they
didn't
didn't
work.
get the tank.
Wow.
Although bottom right is that's Mozo, I think, who's in setup to get Toxic Panda's bunker. But he pulls out. Mozo retreats there. Okay, interesting.
Hey, Cash, quick dev question for you. Is there anything that's showing up on that little screen that you have open?
It's stopped. Status code not 101 500 WebSockets invalid. Um,
Okay.
so it looks like it's crashed.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Got it.
send you the output right now.
Here's
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you, sir.
all right. Here's one little thing. Nobody currently has a guy on this Elmaga tower, and as I say this, everyone pushes to middle. But it's really a good idea to have just a single unit at this Elmaga tower in the middle.
Yeah,
That is a really high priority.
advantage. Yeah, huge advantage with that. I mean, you get to
Once
see
you see the
mineral
flow of the
spawn.
game, yeah.
Oh,
And if
we might
someone's waiting
see
for Marauders, you know.
we might see a nuke drop here, but I'm not sure what Silver's doing up there. Her partner's getting in a very tough situation right now. Here
I
she
think
comes, but
Silver expected her partner to hold, but unfortunately, Go Get It couldn't.
oh, look at that! Is there going to be a counter nuke from Isaiah? Oh no, they need double SCVs on this. Yeah, here comes Silver's SCV. Good teamwork there.
Yeah, they're repairing it, and that bunker is now safe.
Yep,
And
you can
here,
see
Silver is going to let top left get their Marauders down. He did. All right.
it was a bit risky for her to leave. I mean, look at this. Looks like Isaiah could potentially be throwing a nuke once that shield goes down.
Yeah. Or Mozo's going to push on a tank.
But that nuke actually put Go Get It into first place. Very interesting.
Sure.
11
Top right
range.
built another tank. So top right, purple has 2 tanks now, and his bottom score.
Well, this
And
is.
Mozo's pushing. Is Mozo going to kill that tank? Oh, I think
Oh,
Purple's
have a
tank
look
is
at
in
it.
bad shape
Yep,
now.
it's in bad shape. Very bad shape.
Underscore.
Run. In
Oh, that
comes the
tank.
second tank, but
There's a good turret. The good turret, but unfortunately, it's not enough.
oh, it's stuck. Move it.
Is it? Is it?
Oh, Mozo stole the
And
kill.
Mozo gets it.
Oh shit!
And then Mozo comes back
Wow,
to defend against bottom left's push.
wow, and there is a tank done by Mozo as well. Wow, that was very interesting. Top right taking a big hit there.
Wow.
I
16
wanted to.
regen for Mojo.
Yeah, I was about to say that earlier. I saw him on 15 regen. It's like that's not something you see every day. Maybe coming up to late game, but having that as your main upgrade, very interesting.
Yeah, it's very rare. I've never seen anyone do it. The arguments as to why people don't is that regen doesn't do anything if your Marines are full health.
Yep.
Right? And so only some of your Marines are going to be taking damage. Now, on the Marines that have taken damage, it is more efficient than any other upgrade because every other upgrade, like um, in Marine against Marine fights, your Marines attack less frequently than the regen increases the HP of your Marines. So armor and damage both do less than regen does for an individual Marine. The problem is that attack specifically benefits every single Marine you have that's firing, which is usually close to your whole army.
Yeah.
Whereas regen only benefits the Marines after they've taken damage. So 18 regen is a little excessive, as opposed to being like on even 14 and then having an extra 3 attack and 3 armor.
Yeah.
And I would say the same thing about any upgrade. I think if there's any one upgrade that's like 5 ahead of the other ones, it's usually a mistake. Except maybe range in some very specific circumstances. But oh, there's a tank! Oh, those
oh,
SCVs are repairing it.
oh, it lives. Just a note here. Underscore went full tank build. He's got splash damage. He's saving up. I think he's about to drop another tank. Oh, where did his 1500 go? Maybe
There's a tank.
there it is. Yep. He dropped another tank. These tanks are in range of each other. Underscore pushes back. I'm not sure why Underscore went full tank play. Doesn't really make much sense to me. He did have a good lead at the beginning. I think investing too much in tanks has dropped him to the bottom of the leaderboard. Even though he's got the splash damage, he doesn't have the units to defend it. And here comes a push from Team NT with his tank.
Yeah.
And it looks like
so generally, when you push tanks, you want to have one person with a really strong army and the other person with the tanks.
Yep.
But unfortunately, Toxic Panda, even though he has Marauders, he just is a little bit too far behind right now. He doesn't have to really be the meat that can defend those tanks.
Yep. And did he lost
which,
that? Did he lose that tank? He did, and also
yeah,
also bottom left, GGI lost his tank, and we've got Mozo pushing with his tank right now. GGI's trying to build another one. It's not going to be ready in time. If the two SCVs repair it, repair that bunker, it can survive much longer. But in that time that they were pushing, he should have been murking that that Reaper bunker, but it does go down.
Yeah, so this is just going to be a race between top left and bottom right to see who can kill their side faster.
Yep.
And my instinct is that top left is going to win, but
yeah, I mean, I'll just say I called it out. I love predicting this stuff right. But yeah, that splash damage is helping out quite a bit, but Toxic Panda is just not there with the upgrades really to help too much. There shouldn't be a push forward here.
It's actually odd to me because Toxic Panda's upgrades are fine. He's only down a few upgrades compared to Red, and he's down a little more compared to Green, but Red's the one with the Marauders, which is the one who matters.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly just that Underscore is actually so phenomenally weak that Toxic Panda just can't carry the whole weight. Although those two supply depots are a big deal now. Toxic Panda's army just has a much stronger mass now.
Yeah, GGI.
Oh, he unsieged though.
Oh no. Oh wow. Okay, this bunk goes down and those two tanks are gone. He cancelled it. What a good play there. What a good play by Underscore. He cancelled it before he died. If he if he didn't cancel and you cancel your partner's building unit, you don't get the money for it. So Underscore is out of the game. I'm surprised no one's asking for help right now. GGI is down to one bunk, not asking for help, and Underscore was dying. So
Yeah, and here's something smart for both top left and bottom right. If they expect the game to go into a 2v2 at the end, you want to have used your SCVs as much as possible and have expanded as much as possible.
Yep.
So it's a good thing for bottom right to be taking more bunkers, and top left is expanding at the same time. And there, the help call out.
Yeah, this is
And
gonna be
Mozo
tough.
calls down an SCV. Wow.
Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty tough for top left. I think bottom right's in a much better position right now.
Bottom
They've
left
only
is
got one
much
tank.
certainly stronger.
They've only got one tank. You got top left going for their second tank. No splash damage though.
Yeah, but we'll see if top left does the politics right, because I suspect the top left will be able to get bottom left to work with them against bottom right. But if top left pisses off bottom left, which it looks like TMNT might be doing, thinking he can just break bottom right, he's going to eliminate bottom left, and we're going to go to a 2v2.
I'm going to make out a call. I'm going to make a call out here and say the TMNT is actually Oblivion with a voice changer. If you have a look at his build, he's retired his bunks. He's done the Oblivion strat, so to speak.
All right, and both tanks are pushing. Both teams are pushing mid, and here's where that extra SCV from Mozo is a huge deal if he uses it to start calling down turrets. But he's not, and as a result, they just got pushed over. Their armies could not hold.
And here comes a double tank push in return. And they've got the supply to hold this. But if you have a look at the combined scores, like bottom right is so much further ahead, but it looks like top left will get down this Ghost Bunker. TMNT just got splash damage as well.
If Mozo needs to do a great job with these turrets here, and the army is pushing for bottom right, and with 2 turrets, if they can get them down in good spots, it'll work. But I think Mozo isn't turning close enough to the tanks. He has.
He just did it now. Yeah.
Just a little bit too late.
Yeah, it's really hard with a double splash there, and both top left players are really good. They'll drop down those turrets to play defensively.
Well, they dropped one down, but that's all they needed, it looks like. Those tanks pulled it out.
Yeah, TMNT plays very similar to my style there. He's really, after getting a decent amount of speed and regen, I think he kind of gives up on it and just goes to endgame strat. No need to get that stuff off unless you're playing mass units.
Yeah, and he got his tanks done. And so Isaiah's Marauder Bunker is falling.
Mozo desperate need of that tank to go forward. That Marauder Bunker going down could be the end of bottom right. It's also good that Mon JP was the one to take mid. I think he needed the points more than anything.
Well, Mozo's tank finished. So if there's a chance now, it's going to be at this tank and to see if they can hold. But unfortunately, that mid position is going to be very difficult to break. So bottom right needs to pull them out of position and try to hope to win a fight. Unfortunately, I think neither side is stronger than their counterparts, with Mon JP having ghosts now.
Yeah, but this Isaiah bunk is going down. No armor, but 8 regen is not going to be enough to hold 20 attack reaps.
Yeah, although armor against Reapers is not particularly efficient, because Reapers against bunkers do so much damage.
Yeah.
And so the regen is much more efficient to get
I
armor.
don't even think, even if you had 20, like,
it would not have survived. No upgrades could have saved for how long those Reapers had.
Yeah.
How much alone time they had. And there goes another bunker. Ooh, he's pulling back. He decided he couldn't kill it. Interesting.
Look at this. This is Oblivion's wet dream right now.
Yeah, I think Oblivion would have rather him taken mid bunkers there rather than more Reapers, because they have mid control. Why take Reapers when you could get ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, I would say why even build units? Just push the tanks.
Yeah, pushing the tanks is a little risky, right? And like if they miss micro and Mozo has great tank control, then maybe they can lose. But
here we go.
There's no.
They're in range. And
they're in range, and bottom right does not have vision, so it's over.
Wow, that was a good play.
Yeah.
And there we go. No GG called. That was just like fuck you guys.
Yeah, that was
Very
just the game
interesting.
was over and they were out of there.
Yeah. All right. I'll pull up
Interesting
the
game.
winning team up and we'll have a chat. Where are they? I think they went into a private call. Oh no, there they are. Alrighty, guys. Just one sec. I'll unmute you.
What's going on, guys?
GG. Well
Hello.
played.
GG.
That was a
I'm
very
a good partner.
interesting first game back that we've seen you play the Team NT. How do you
Yeah, I
feel
kind
you
of
went?
owned bottom left there at the beginning. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah. It was very, very interesting. You know, you dropped your nuke relatively early, just after you dropped your second bunk. I was wondering, did you drop that nuke to protect your shield tower?
No, I did it. I can't remember why I dropped the nuke.
Yeah, that was a bad nuke. I saw it.
So I was trying to think. There was a push. I could tell him and his partner's armies were too big for both of ours, and I don't think my bunker was going down yet.
Okay. No, you would have had. I think you
he
had
was
your
building,
first reap, and you had a shield tower
he was
there.
building
I just thought you
marauders.
were
I think
trying
he
to
was
protect it.
building marauders, and I didn't want them to push on top of it.
Yeah. Were you guys
Either
worried
way,
at all when top right got that second tank in play that had splash damage there? Was there any nerves running, or I think there was a nuke on JP. I think you dropped your nuke to try kill the tank and it failed. I mean, that must have been hard for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, he failed on the nuke there.
But yeah, I mean, I guess were you guys feeling confident throughout the entirety of the game, or were there some moments of doubt where Mozo's score was shooting up, or Orange's score was shooting up?
We didn't pay attention to the other lanes, only the few tanks on my side. And they put it too close to mid, so I knew I was gonna not be able to politic someone to go and tag them in the back somehow. And they did, so
Yep, that
I'm
really
surprised
helped.
Blue didn't want to come up and attack
that's
me
why
after
you
that.
never put a tank that close to mid. It's very hard to protect, and everybody will switch on you.
Yeah, that's very true. If you want to attack with the tank, push it up against the wall. It's generally a bit safer.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, cool. Well, GG, well played, and let's jump back in the lounge and prep for game 2.
Yeah. GG.
How's it going?
Alrighty, here we go. We are live with the stream. This is going to be interesting. So for everyone watching right now, we are trying out a new version of the map that allows for 30 upgrades. That is 30 armor, weapons, range, and regen, but not speed, not building anything. We'll see how this plays out. We want to see as a sort of trial ground of whether or not we can get players, get this into the pro leagues.
I'm very excited for this
3 and
mode.
4 looks like everyone's in their teams.
Roz, do you want to handle character introductions this time?
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. So there's 4 teams in the game. Are
We can reveal
Pop-Tart.
identities. Yep.
and Silver. Yeah, we can go ahead and reveal identities. Pop-Tart and Silver, Toxic Panda and Underscore, MonJP and TikTok, and Mozo and Isaiah Plays.
Wow.
And by the way, Kesh, there's some new stuff in the map. So every 30 seconds, anyone who's watching, if you leave the reveal identity unchecked, I'm not sure what you're doing, but if
I've
it ever
seen
is
it,
unchecked,
it
if you
autos.
just pay attention, every 30 seconds, it'll reveal the identities for a couple seconds. So if you ever wonder who someone is and it hasn't been not immediately obvious, just keep an eye on that, and it'll get revealed.
Yeah,
once
that's
a minute
pretty
or
cool.
so.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, we let Fox in here?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna pull him in and talk to him.
Alrighty, so interesting how
Okay.
the random bot right now actually the random bot actually put MonJP and TMNT on the same team again. I think that's very
Yeah.
interesting.
We'll see how it goes. This time the opening
sorry.
lane is
No, I got that wrong. Oh no,
Huh?
no, sorry, no, never mind.
Yeah.
I got confused there.
Yeah, so this time TikTok is having a harder time with his lane than he did last time. Whereas he was dominating Silver pretty hardily. Pop-Tart's been holding his own in lane at the very start. But MonJP is doing better than he was. So this is an interesting dynamic. And Moza once again is off to a great start.
Yeah, he's playing really good these days. There's a rumor that he might be Technique. I don't know. He sounds like him. I've seen them both in the same voice chat at the same time, but never hear them talking at the same time.
Yeah, maybe it's an elaborate ruse. I've never seen them in the same game.
Yeah.
Pretty sure half the players in Zone Controller Technique.
That's our like 250, 300 membership list. Half of it is Technique.
MonJP just had a great sequence there. He went and he cut Pop-Tart, his ally's lane, and while he was doing it, his lane, Isaiah, extended really far. And MonJP was smart enough, rather than going directly at the army and giving Isaiah the ability to retreat, he pushed over and then flanked his army from a side that Isaiah couldn't retreat anymore, which just gave MonJP a huge concave that
Pretty
Isaiah
rare
had to engage.
Like 360-degree concaves like that at all, but he did it with his own army. Usually when you see a 360-degree concave,
It's with the ally. Yeah.
yeah, it's with the ultimate.
TikTok had some units there, but most of it was
It
just
wasn't full, it wasn't complete, but he was hitting him from all sides.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
here's a
it's
collapse
happening
on
again.
MonJP
The
after
team,
he extended.
Yep.
yeah, the team collaboration there is really good by bottom left. I think they're very
I
confident
agree.
coming in that they got to play last game. They understand each other's play style right now. So I think they'll be very interesting coming into this game with their team dynamic.
Yeah, they're also two very, very strong players. If I had to look at the roster and predict who would win this game, it would definitely, I'd say they have the best chance.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing very good right now, but the question is, can their diagonals hold? Looks like Silver's doing a number on Toxic Panda right now. And then you got Mozo laned up with Underscore. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. I mean, just based on the players themselves, without thinking of the other six, I think bottom left is going to take it.
Well, it's hard to predict games this balanced, right? Anything can happen. They can get 6v2, they can get 4v2 and knocked out. But they definitely seem to be favored. TikTok is he's played the game a lot, but I think he took like 2 years off or something.
Yeah.
And
So he may be a little
TikToks.
rusty. You know, one mistake with the tank push can end your chances.
But at the same time, TikTok's landing style is so completely different from how literally everybody else lands so far.
I like his splits.
It's a very different way of approaching it.
I like what I
And-
see so far, but it does rely there on his teammate. The first bunker, bottom left, going down.
There's
no
a few.
reason to suspect.
Sorry, go on.
No reason to suspect that it'll get pressured.
Cancelled.
I don't even think they'll see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think Mon JP is going to make sure of that unless he gets
Well,
nuked. But TMNT's
TikTok-
playstyle is very, very similar to that of like Kurto and a lot of the older players, in that you're
Mhm.
constantly looking for those concaves, and it's not just doing it on your own; it's relying on your teammate to get in there, and there's pings on the map, and but that stuff usually comes with playing with a player for much longer. I mean, like when me and Kurto play together, that's all we're looking for is how to get in these concaves.
Top right is going for a pretty greedy double expansion right now.
Oh boy, top left.
Both
had
players
to
put their
turret.
bunkers at the same time, but bottom left is pressuring top left right now. So it looks, and Mozo is pressuring, underscore is pressuring his lane. So it seems likely both those expansions are going to go down, which is a really good start.
Wow.
And
Yeah, this is a great start for top right and bottom left.
This is
Yeah,
this
and the
is
bottom
not
left.
this is a very good and maybe understanding your dynamic and who you're playing. I would pull this off, but in pro games that thing is dead in the morning.
Yeah, and here's
Oh,
underscore
yeah.
cutting diagonal again.
Oh boy. I like the
Okay.
nuke just because why are you cutting diagonal?
Especially when his bunker's about just finished and it's getting
Yeah,
pressured
and
right
he's
now.
getting
He might even
pessimistic.
lose
That's
it.
fine. Nah, that
I don't
bunker's
think he's-
fine.
He would lose it if his team if Teal was up there and they sniped a couple nukes. But
Yeah, we may get a cancel here. No, here comes a
Oh,
nuke.
nuke.
Oh, it almost got cancelled.
That
Yeah,
bunker has
so much
1,000 HP
pain.
left.
they lost one nuke and one turret, or just to get that bunker down. And Rad can come in and still pressure and kill that if
Yep, I mean there's a
Things go
ping.
well.
There's a ping going down for purple to come across.
oh, Rad's looking to get revenge for
Yeah.
having lost his nuke. I don't blame him. Like, what is underscore doing there? Like, sure they're ahead, but you're ahead too. Why are we?
Yeah, but I mean, you said it yourself, Ross. If you think the game is going to come down to you and one other team from the very start, if you're pretty confident it's just going to be you guys, it's okay to cut diagonal.
That's true, but this game is balanced enough. I don't think that's the case. The problem is you risk getting into a situation where, right now if the game plays out the way we would consider a typical game to play out, the first team eliminated is not going to be bottom left and it's not going to be top right. But if you start hitting diagonal where they're expanding and killing each other's bunkers, pretty soon you can be the first team dead. Even if you succeed, because then you snowball. And
Yeah, you got to be careful. If you weaken your diagonal, it means that your lane's ally is going to be dominating your diagonal. At which point they're
Yeah.
more likely to come 2v1 you.
precisely. Yeah.
On both sides, yeah.
Yeah, and they may choose, even if just because your diagonal is weak doesn't mean they're the first team to die. They may choose to use that extra firepower to come kill you instead. In fact, that's generally a smart play because
It's better to take the stronger lane.
Yes,
It's better
exactly.
It's better to weaken kill the stronger lane and leave the weaker
Yeah.
one. Yep, that's
In
why.
a lot of-
If you're first place, your next best move to kill is second place. If you're second place, you want first place dead. If you're third place, you want first place weakened, but you need first place to help you with second place. It's generally the case.
We do have a router bunker that completed. Top right, bottom left, just looking so good here. The weakest team is bottom right at the moment with no expansion for one player. But he does have decent. I guess he doesn't have very good ups.
He did go Merc though.
Does he have stim?
Oh yes, he does.
Yes, he has stim. Okay, so his ups are low, but he has stim and regen, so he'll be okay. I think.
One thing I recommend, I mean, stim is good because you get the speed, but one thing I recommend, if you're going to go one bunk play, you need speed. You need to get to like 7-8 speed because you can't afford your units to die.
Yeah,
they just
but I like
do
him
not
getting a
regen.
regen here first,
Oh yeah,
and
for
then
the stims, yeah.
I imagine he'll probably get the speed next. I guess these
Yeah,
rotters
this
too.
is very aggressive from Mozo.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You lose that supply, you just do nothing for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's why you need the speed against it.
And there
there it
goes his supply.
He's
Got nothing
screwed.
for all those
He's
units.
screwed. I wonder how long does it take for a Marine to spawn?
1 every 2 seconds of game time.
Which is 1.4-ish.
1.5-ish.
So we're looking at about a minute 20, a minute 15-ish to get full resupply.
And 90 seconds, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. So Underscore is once again staying very low on upgrades before getting, in this case, 2 bunkers and starting to merc. It's an interesting style.
I don't think it works.
Seems like it's working out here.
I don't think it generally works against a lane of even strength, but he's had the benefit of diagonal helping him, like that pinch to wipe Mozo's army.
I think it's a good counter to 1 bunk. Like if your lane has 1 bunk, having 3 bunks is great. Having 2 bunks is not as good if you don't match his upgrades and a merc as well. Like especially if your lane's gone 1 bunk merc, the counter is either overwhelming him with units and resupply, so you can just do like kill 10 units run, and you're still ahead. But
yeah,
in general, going the 3rd bunk without the upgrades, I think is it's really aggressive.
Once you're far enough ahead,
here, that's Reaper speed, right? Underscore has Reaper speed with Marines and Marauders. Yeah, that's
I
Reaper
believe
speed.
so. Yeah, if you click on the Reaper, it will tell you or no. I'm not sure.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't tell
That's
you.
weird. We should
But
change that.
you can see how it moves. Yeah, if you can
Yeah,
change it on
it
the
definitely
observer
looks
mode, if you can do that, that'd be awesome. Same with the stim pack if it stays on.
Stim pack.
You do see it pop up when they use it, but after it disappears, you don't see it anymore. Yeah.
Right. But with Stimpack, they usually use it all the time.
Yeah.
Top left is looking a lot stronger than bottom right, but here, this is a critical moment for light green. If he finishes this bunker, he may be in good shape. From an upgrade perspective, he'll have a lot more efficient upgrades than Underscore, despite being quite a ways behind.
Here's a good collapse with Isaiah.
I like it a lot.
That's a great concave from them. Super efficient.
Underscore got virtually no kills there. Lost his whole army.
But then JP comes in, and I don't think JP has enough, but Mozo was indecisive there.
Yeah.
So it worked out. And then the resupply is so strong from Underscore that, voila, there's already a new army.
I think Mozo will probably make a little bit of a comeback here. Now that
you know what I think happened just with Underscore's upgrade there for Reaper speed. I think he meant to press X and he pressed C by accident. If you have a look, he hasn't got combat shield yet.
Don't. Look at his upgrades. He has 9 regen, which I guess is okay with the rods. But Underscore, he does things that other people don't do. I think he probably did it on purpose.
I'm just thinking the 9 regen is a push to Stimpack, and Stimpack without combat shields is deadly.
Watch how his regen scales. A lot of times he may end up with 14 regen here. Let's just see what he does. He does unusual things.
Yeah, and there he was trading with Diagonal when he was getting pushed. He doesn't have a guy in his bunker here, which is making that trade be really inefficient.
Awful.
And not awful. Like, it was still a good trade for him, but it could have been much better with 1 Marine in that bunker. It would have saved him, his partner, many Marines.
Mozo double merc now. That'll help a lot. And Mozo still has this nuke. Underscore, I believe, does not. So this actually isn't that bad of a spot for bottom right. The 2v2 they have going here, I think, sort of favors them in terms of unit composition. And Underscore's money is spread out across a bunch of different upgrades that don't apply to his whole army. I think this is okay. This is okay. Yeah, but I don't see it. Yeah, the switch immediately pulls back.
Yeah, but only a 1-man switch. It's not like both people from top left switch there. So this is just going to be a really good collapse.
Feeling a bit nervous for Team NT in the long run here, but I don't think they can do anything about that Reaper bunker.
I think it's okay. The best thing that they can do is they can maybe get a Marine up here, and maybe very long term look to get like this Marauder and this Marauder like in the late game. But getting a Reaper bunker here really reinforces this base shape, and then getting a Marauder bunker here, it becomes a pretty defensible shape.
I don't think he's going to do it.
That will
See,
be
he's
the
built a
supply.
supply there.
There's a supply depot.
Why would you ever build like if you're going to
It
build a
makes
supply?
sense. It makes sense if you don't have.
I think
It makes sense if you don't have your tank square to close off a tank square, or
Yeah.
maybe they want a double tank square. But here's the thing: that Marine, you were right, Roz. The Marine close over here would have been better. But if you saw from last game, Team NT does retire, and he goes. In this case, he's going to go all
No,
routes
no.
again.
I'm
yeah, I
proposing
think he just
that,
wants to take his tank spot.
Pink take that bunker. I know this is something you don't like, but if Pink is clearly going all Marines, Pink can take that bunker, and then Red can stuff the supply behind and maybe share some of the supply on the right side.
Yeah, I think Inturi had the right call there. I'm pretty sure he's going to take that as a Reaper bunker.
Maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's a better play, but that's my prediction for what's going to happen.
Yeah,
based
definitely.
on these people set up their play previously. It seemed like TMNT just is a full-on Oblivion copier. And this is the thing that Oblivion does probably
I don't know.
80% of the time.
I don't know how long Oblivion's been playing for. I think maybe Team.
Oh, maybe Oblivion's copying TMNT is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm not saying that he's copying him. I'm saying that maybe they've played together, maybe they know each other, maybe they train together. There's a whole bunch of things.
Copy is a harsh word.
There are a lot of players who have used this strat. Oblivion isn't the first, or maybe he is, but isn't necessarily the first to use it. He's the first to use it in Pro League. That doesn't mean it's his strat.
Oh, definitely not his strat, but he's one of the ones who can pull it off because it's so hard to pull
he does it very well.
Red
the
is
thing he does is transitioning into tanks at the right time. Other people do like the retire. This has been done for a very long time. In fact, I think it used to be even more popular. Like Stofa used to do this.
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
what that's why I think it's very similar because look at that tank. See, TikTok did a very early tank last time as well, which I think is very important for this style.
Sure.
I think just
what's going on.
Hey, look at that. Pop-Tart's filling a tank. Are we going to see Underscore build a tank also? Because that would fit what happened last game.
I like this bunker from TikTok, even though that is TikTok. No. It's from NJP. I like the bunker from NJP an awful lot.
I'm happy he did that. I'm very happy he did that because he's been trying out this full Marine play. And I've been trying to get him to stop doing it.
Full Marines is fine, but rods complement the Marines very well. The biggest disadvantage to Marauders is their
Marines is good, but then you have to build out here, and it's just it's scary.
I think in this particular position, that Marauder is very good, given where TikTok's already taken that Reaper bunker.
And the tanks. There's so many reasons why it's the correct play right now.
In this case, this is a very good Marauder timing. The only disadvantage is that Isaiah is also on full Marines.
But
so the Marauder
the
has
disadvantage there is a lot smaller than people realize. This is what I was going to explain. It's a bit subtle, but mixing Marauders into a Marine army isn't nearly as painful as having a full Marauder army, or close to a full Marauder army, because packing density. Like this is actually a consequence of physics. If you have two different size units and you mix them together, they pack more densely in a given area than if you just kind of average the two. It's more dense than you.
While we're talking about physics, TikTok just did a nice tank push on Pop-Tart and got a nice clean Marine bunker and almost another tank.
It looks like Silver's going to get denied here again.
Or they're just going to let it finish and then kill it.
So I'm so curious why he's taking that bunk. Like, why not take the tank square?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did TikTok? Okay, to me that just screams hockey. That just says I'm gonna kill you guys right now.
Yeah,
and we're not gonna get 6v2. Nobody's gonna do anything.
Purple's gonna kill this tank.
But Purple's saying we got a 6v2.
Oh, and here comes the tanks from Brown in range.
And this is why MonJP's broader bunker was really good, because it's kind of letting them take this whole left side. So it's easier for him to go help his teammate.
Yeah, and bottom right's just sitting at their base. They're not putting pressure on. Like if bottom left here smacks their base, right? If bottom right hits bottom left on JP's Marine bunkers,
they just die.
Yeah,
this is going to be
that's
the
a good choice. Good choice by Isaiah. Good call out by Isaiah to hit that upgraded supply depot. But that back Marine bunker should be the next one down. If they push down, they can take that bunk too. while everyone else is sitting. This is why you
Yes.
don't. That tank died as well. I missed it, but the
Yes,
tank
long
died.
time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah,
It died almost
that
a
tank's
year.
down, and then Brown is
returned
tank
the
pushing.
favor. He returned the favor. You took my marine.
Yeah,
I'll
but-
take your reap.
Yeah, but Pop-Tart needs to keep pushing right now. Now is the time to punish TikTok's really aggressive Reaper building. And just push your tanks down one square, and you're in range. You can kill the bunker, and boom.
The only thing I'm worried about for top left is the call out of 2 tanks.
Yeah.
That could. But let's see what's going on up here. We've got a tank going down from top right. That they have 2 tanks. I don't think.
Well, JP builds supply depots there. They yeah. Interesting.
Oh,
Look at that
wow.
capacity.
Everything is-
Look at that 11 capacity by TikTok.
Yeah, but that
Oh, boy.
capacity doesn't do very much against tanks.
And capacity doesn't do much
doesn't do much
when it's only filled with reapers.
That's still very true.
Especially when
and yeah.
every other team has rotters on the map, those reapers are obsolete. There's no point.
So-
JP still has his nuke. Is he going to use it here to save his
Well, there
rotter
goes
bunker?
his water bunker and his marine bunker. On JP's on one bunker.
Ouch.
Way too aggressive.
Okay, so here, interesting. TMNT is calling out the 6v2. He's saying that we're getting 6v2'd. I don't like that call here, because with that call, it gives Pop-Tart potentially a lot of security to push out his tanks and
Yep.
hit them for more. But then Toxic Panda and Underscore completely
No,
broke
he's
the
not
6v2.
calling for a 6v2. He is calling out that, hey, what the fuck? Why did we get 6v2?
Yeah, but I think that's still calling out there was a 6v2 on them, which might give top left the
Okay.
security,
But top
the
left-
confidence.
I see what
He's
you're
telling top left what bottom right is doing,
I see what you're
and
saying.
that might actually help top left make their decision.
Yeah, I like
To
that
tank-
Pop-Tart rushed into
Ooh.
splash damage there as well. I'd like to see him move one of his tanks to go help Silver out here, because there's a
Yeah,
double tank
both.
push from top right as well. No splash damage there for Underscore, but I'm sure that
You don't
he
need
is
it to kill
saving-
bunkers.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
the best.
He is building a 3rd tank, but I'd like to see him get splash damage. He's at 1500. He'll probably get it once he gets his bunk kill.
I also kind of like the positioning because both tanks are in. You don't have to move the tanks to kill both bunkers.
Yep.
By the time, it makes your retreat very, very safe. You
And
get
here
2
we go.
bunkers and
He
you can
just
push
got
in
his
or pull
splash
out.
damage as well. Oh my god! Why
Oh, wait,
did he
they
move him
didn't
back?
finish?
He should have finished it.
How many hit points does that
Yeah,
bunker
they
have?
did.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
but he lost a lot of army for it. Okay,
Okay.
that worked out okay.
So top
was a
right is
little scary.
actually
Really
pretty good right now. I think.
Has top right lost anything before that supply
No.
depot?
Meaningful, just that nuke. Just nukes.
And there's the splash. So Underscore is on a
Okay.
pretty big splash style. He
I
last
like
game
their
he went
bait.
for heavy tanks, and he's doing it again this time.
I also like sharing the supply depot here. If you're only gonna have 2 supply depots, why not have 1 for each player instead of?
I would give 2 to the Rotter player.
That can make sense too.
I would just say Rotters are really strong. Let's get more of them.
It
But
looks
blue
like
has better upgrades.
looks like the players are a bit kind of passive right now. Here we go.
Wait, is the Rotter player also the tank player?
Yeah.
Okay. Underscore
It's
is
usually
the
not-
powerhouse.
What you see.
All right, there goes another one of Pop-Tart's bunkers, it looks like, because they're being pressured.
We have full Reapers from red, so red will be able to stay
And
relevant.
There goes that bunker.
But do they pay the price on bottom right? Bottom left is still formidable.
Hey, was
They lost
Isaiah
quite a
with
bit.
Mozo last game as well?
I don't think so.
Oh, these Reapers cannot pressure in that shield tower. And here comes a Rudder. That'll deny any
Although
pushes from
Mozo
red in
doesn't
the future.
have very many
Oh,
upgrades.
this tank's
Although,
dead.
and
One
red has
tank down
18
for
attack.
Pop-Tart. Look at this triple tank push.
I love
There's going to
it.
be some damage here. There's 3 tanks there for Pop-Tart. There's one's already died.
Yeah.
The other 2 are going to die very shortly unless other people get involved here.
Let's see if Underscore is disciplined and tries to kill,
The player.
leave them on one bunk, try to kill the tanks first. What is he going to do? Ooh,
He's
going across
pushing.
the map.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
don't really know what's happening here. Oh,
See,
Those
Oh,
tanks,
wow.
those tanks, oh my god.
Pop-Tart's gonna get the first shot, but they
No,
got
he
the
didn't
extra
aim
tank.
it. No, oh my god, he hasn't aimed it.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That was so
The army
lucky.
doesn't-
Two tanks on one shot. That one shot could
doesn't-
decide this game.
Yep, one shot. Half a shot, actually. Those things
Uh-huh.
need to go home and get repaired.
ASAP.
Get a shot.
Oh, look,
Oh
there's
my
2
God,
SCVs
if-
on it,
if-
but Red's going to see it. Is he going to see it?
Is he?
Is he going to see it?
I don't think he
No.
can do anything about it if he sees it.
Wow. Wait,
Like,
who called in that SCV? Did Toxic just call an SCV
Yeah,
there?
it looks like that
It
was
was
toxic.
blue. Yep.
All right. So here is going to be an interesting decision. I'm not sure. Yeah, bottom right is trucing with top right.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, bottom
don't
left
have a
score
clue.
is higher, and bottom left has been aggressing against bottom right this whole time. Let's see if top right accepts that truce, or if underscore pisses them off.
Well, I mean, he's moving his
Because-
tanks around and he's not repairing them. I mean, blue was
Yeah,
repairing
that's
it
a
a second
really
ago.
big problem.
Yeah. I
Where is
hope he
underscore's
does.
SCV?
He's
Oh, he
building
built
another
a supply
tank.
depot
Building
again.
another
Now
tank.
he's going for
So
another
his
tank.
teammate. Oh, his teammate's expanding.
So
Well,
what
this
would
is-
you
they have an
do?
extra
What would you do
bunker.
in this situation? Would you build another tank or save the other 3 by repairing them first?
I tell you what I would do. I would put all 3 of those tanks up here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
Then it doesn't matter.
That's the
Yeah,
most important
that's a good
part.
point. If you're going to build a 4th, yeah.
Just hide the
If
tanks from
bottom
bottom
right-
right because you're trucing with bottom right. You want to hurt bottom left as fast
You're
as
gonna kill
possible.
them. You want to kill them
Like-
if you can.
Yeah,
So, considering TikTok's got like a 6K lead, you'd think he'd be really far ahead. But look at his bunker upgrades: 14, 10, 11. He's dumped a
Reapers.
lot into that.
yeah. And he lost the tank, and he lost the bunker in that a merc bunker in that earlier push. So his score is lower than it appears to be based on his losses. Given that top right has still lost nothing because those tanks are moving out at the quarter hit point.
Oh wow!
Well, I mean, their army is winning, and if their army is winning, it doesn't matter. But they're putting tanks in middle.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is so scary. There's
Oh
so
my
much tension.
God. Oh my
They get
God!
sieged.
What's
If
gonna
Isaiah
happen?
pushes up, he can take this kill. Like, because
He
you got to
can, but he's trying to truce.
Oh,
He wants to
underscore.
truce with top right.
underscore's upgrades are really poor right now. I mean, he's just gone mass tanks.
But it doesn't matter because he's fighting Reapers with the Rotters in his army.
That's
They're
true.
missionaries. They just look at the all chat.
Yeah. 3 tanks.
That's
they're
a great
missionaries.
line. Oh my god, underscore's repairing his tanks.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
here we
thank
go.
god.
Blue has 2 workers. What are they doing?
Oh my
Yeah,
God, they're
they're
in
all
range.
shooting
They're in
AFK.
range. They're in range.
Tanks are in range. Alright,
Oh my
but
God.
TikTok's not focusing. TikTok doesn't have, does he not have
Neither
vision?
of them are.
No, he should.
Oh, but
He should
Mozo's
have vision
switching.
in the bunker.
Are those tanks gonna go down?
Oh, you gotta
Oh,
keep vision.
oh.
Good.
He did, but no, they're gonna kill all of those tanks.
Yeah, they're not positioned well.
No.
They're positioned
No,
so they can
he
flash
needs
each
to.
other.
He needs to move
Oh.
it back. Just take
He
this
only lost
bunk
one
and run.
tank. Can top right 4v2 right now? That's the question.
Mon
or
JP's got a
2v4.
nuke. Mon JP's
Yeah,
still got his
but-
nuke. There
but
it
Yeah,
goes.
nuke to force it. There
Both
we go.
tanks are
That
dead.
was, that was a nuke to kill both tanks.
Mon
That's a
JP
good-
takes
that was
one.
a good
He's
nuke.
gonna
It
get
would've
the
been
other
nice
one.
if it was earlier.
Ooh,
Alright,
he gets both.
alright, alright.
That was a good nuke. That was a good nuke. 53
Yes.
kills plus 1500 for the tanks.
So
And denying the tanks from top right. That was
Well, this is
okay.
it. Underscore is in a really bad position right now. If you're going
Yeah, he's
like
up.
same as going 1 bunk merc stim pack, like units can't die. If you've gone all tanks, don't lose the tanks.
yeah, you gotta. But what stinks is when he was pressuring there, like he feels like he needs to push the tanks because his army's so weak. If he's gonna get any income at all.
Yeah, I mean, like
Um,
instead of this, I would have gone more upgrades. I mean, he's got 3 bunks. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's got 1 tank.
Yeah.
Just keep the units.
Or get him another Marauder or something, because he actually does have a decent amount of armor. Oh boy, here we go, another tank push.
And here, bottom left is trying to truce top right again.
Bottom right isn't sneakily.
No, but top right is Toxic Panda's aggroing bottom right again.
No, well,
I think that's
bottom
what
right
they. I
still has
think
to win
bottom.
this game.
Yeah, I
right
think
now.
bottom right is in the lead right now. They haven't really lost anything here.
2 tanks, 2 nukes, no losses.
2 tanks and no losses, but
What's
score
gonna happen
Two,
next?
two
indicates
nukes.
another
Two nukes.
story.
2 nukes as well.
Yeah, 2 nukes only matter if you can use them.
That's a good point. But underscore,
Yeah, they need-
remember, underscore's really behind in upgrades. Toxic's doing a lot better. Toxic's got another SCV as well. So
Well, there goes. Okay, with underscore losing this tank, that's a pretty big deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
but
gotta-
he
he's
didn't
gotta
lose the
move it
tank.
back. He's going to move it back now. I mean,
Yeah,
oh,
that
look
tank,
at
it did its
this
job. It killed their Marauder
aggression.
bunker.
This is
But-
crazy.
Oh my god, top right's taking middle.
And I think Teal saw it, so where's the call out? You know, honestly, if I were Teal, I wouldn't call it out until it's finished. Because then you can just go finish
Look
top
at,
right.
Look at this ping by Isaiah. Sorry, by Mon JP goes go there, but like they didn't know how far these guys are stretched out. I just don't understand why Underscore's trying to get so much resupply and mass when he's got no upgrades.
Upgrades are so weak.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
And this is just too hard for them to defend. Like, this is why you don't overextend. You stay, because like one person runs to the other side of the map and then this bunker's dead. That 1,000, like I said, should have just gone into upgrades and he would have never lost the 1,000. But now he's in an even worse position. He lost 2 supply depots. He lost 3 tanks. And top right will lose. They're going to die here. Because bottom right,
do you think that they're going to get finished? They're
going to get finished. Bottom left is going to finish them off. And
then what?
And
then
bottom
I think
left,
bottom left is going to win.
Bottom left can win this.
To me, it's unclear.
I think bottom right is in the much stronger position. But
you think bottom
knowing
left
the quality of players, I'm pretty sure bottom left is going to pull it out anyways.
The reason why I say this is because bottom right is going to be like tunnel visioned on mid, right? And so same with top right. They're more focused on protecting mid. So bottom left should get more feed in this trade.
I don't think they should be hitting mid. The longer you leave that bunker alive, the more damage you can do to this team before the swap happens.
Yep, exactly. And MonJP has 2 SCVs. He's building 2 bunks right now.
And there goes another one.
Excellent
of
play by
toxic
red
speakers.
and pink right now. Excellent.
And bottom left is expanding while eliminating top right. This is exactly what you want to do when you're trying to eliminate a team and go into a 2v2. You want
bottom
to
right's
as strong
expanding
as
as well.
possible.
And I think bottom left will have to allow this. They're also taking the correct expansion, the best possible expansion to support the rest of their assets.
I'd build a sensor tower right there. If you build the sensor tower here, people know where you're up to.
Yeah. Yep. You want to hide it sometimes. Same with shield towers.
Top right is making it as hard as possible to finish. And I like this call out from Isaiah. I like that a lot, actually. That's a fantastic play. Not one that I would expect him to make, but it's really good. It's saying, look, you guys need our help. Let us do this thing that will weaken you to put us in a position where we can kill you guys later, and then we'll switch. But
just let us kill
there's
that.
No reason top right shouldn't.
But instead, bottom right's just going to switch anyways.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
See, this tactic doesn't work if you ignore the deal.
I forgot. I forgot. This was a 30 upgrade game. No one's gone past 20 yet.
Yeah, I mean TikTok's at 20 attack.
See what happens.
All right, so now, I think now bottom right has done enough damage that I think there's just no way that they can lose the 2v2 from here. And both sides still underestimate bottom right because of the score. But
are they going to finish bottom left now?
It looks like it.
This is actually a trickier battle for them because of the 3 tanks.
Much harder, and because top right still has mid.
Yeah. I think they need to swap back, but
if they swap back, I think now red's not going to finish top right anymore.
I agree. Like you said, you like to play to say let's take mid and swap. I liked it, but I think the better play would have been just like trying to put yourself in a position where you feel you have a chance versus bottom left.
Here we go. Here's the first 21 upgrade.
Hey,
by red.
Ever.
I think wasn't there some in a game between like Pookie and MonJP and whatever?
Yeah. But
there's like one.
Ever in the same game. Yeah. That was a joke game. Yeah, and this is the correct play by left now to say, you really didn't have to hit us. You must be stronger than
we think you are.
Yeah, than we originally thought. At this point, you're indicating strength. So
they know the damage they did to top right, so they know bottom right.
That's true. They killed 4 bunkers and 2 depots and 3 tanks.
And Underscore's upgrades are still. He hasn't touched his upgrades in a very long time. He's just going tanks.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And bottom right has 2 nukes.
Oh
my god, tanks.
Those tanks are in range. 3 tanks versus 2.
Oh, I think
but bottom left control the tanks better. Bottom left is targeting the tanks, but it just doesn't matter.
Too many units. Yep. Oh, they don't even get 1. Where's the nuke?
And
there we go.
There's the nuke that gets a tank itself, and then they're pushing in, but they let their army die. So
there is
next time,
these tanks will die.
They are, because then Isaiah's coming in.
Wow. Still, if they nuked at the beginning when the tanks started repositioning,
they would have kept both of their tanks.
Exactly.
Yep, they could have kept both.
Yeah,
Big
that's
mistake.
so that honestly could have been the difference because with those tanks, I'm pretty sure that Isaiah could have pushed mid and just killed top right himself, and
Exactly.
Mozo could have stalled against bottom left with his tanks.
Absolutely.
And
With two nukes, yes.
instead, they're at this position where they still have to play a tough game with one nuke to win.
Yeah, that was the
But-
best sequence of events possible for bottom left. A nuke and 4 tanks.
Look at this undying Rauders with 23 bloody armor.
I love it.
23 and 15 regen.
I would just go
Yep.
30 range. That's just OP shit. Fuck.
I would
Yeah, I'm
I would
surprised
go
you even
30
mentioned
range with all Marines.
Yeah.
Nobody has snowballed quite enough for that. 30 range with all Marines is probably a really dominant strategy.
It's gonna kill a lot of people when you get strong.
I mean,
Oh
but
my
the
God,
upgrade,
look at
the
the
cost
snipe.
of upgrades are the same, right? It still increases by 50 or
Yep.
25
Yep,
every upgrade.
yep.
By 25.
It just scales exactly how you'd expect.
Well, there goes Teal's bunker, but that's what you get. Like
Well, they're
green.
gonna lose. Light green loses his Rauder bunk here as well. There we go.
Yep, 2
Yeah.
bunks die
Just
gonna have
because
to
those 2
swap.
tanks are gone.
soon. With underscore just a tank manufacturing factory up there. He hasn't touched his upgrades in ages.
Yeah.
Nope. But
Tank,
he's
tank, tank,
kept.
tank.
Look, man, tanks are really strong, and if you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
building tanks,
And his ally has mid.
Yeah,
As
it's
long
like-
as the tanks
Here's
don't
the thing:
die.
30 armor, 30 armor, 30 regen against tanks. How does that pair out?
tanks.
Tanks still
Um,
smash in like 1-2 hits or
Yeah, so tanks
Yeah.
do how much per
5.
tanks do 420. Wait, sorry, no, 280. So the armor just doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
to death.
What is helpful against tanks is attack, because nobody's going to invest 30 armor into their tanks. And
I
you
mean,
can't. You,
they're
you
only going
can't.
tanks.
You also can't.
Oh, you also can't? You can only go up to 20 still?
Yeah.
That's how it is for now.
Oh.
It would be too OP with regen on turrets. That'd be-
But even then, 20 armor on a tank versus 30 attack is, it's much more in favor of non-tank play. I think the upgrades.
Yeah, the
Yes.
extra damage is really
Oh, yeah,
good.
either
And
way.
here, underscore is pushing to kill bottom right. And we'll see if bottom left reacts in time.
Oh,
Oh, there's a
and
second
there it
nuke!
is.
And there goes both of his tanks
Again. That
The
hurts.
tanks are good, but not when
He's-
you wasted all your nukes.
I'm pretty sure he's lost 10
Oh, but
tanks.
here goes bottom right's tank.
Yeah.
Nah, it lives.
Oh,
not
is
good.
it? Is it? Is it?
Oh.
Oh,
Hold on.
Reapers are really bad against tanks.
I
And they
don't
can
think-
push, they can switch back in time. SCV called on from Isaiah in their face. I like it.
I just want to say something. All tank play is only something you do when you're like behind in last place, and then the money you get from it, you should eventually do your upgrades. Tanks die, upgrades don't. Like he could have maxed out by now, and not max anymore. You can't really
I
max
agree.
out that easy, but like at least get to somewhere near 20s.
I agree.
It's just
But
too
those
hard to
tanks
get money.
have done a lot of damage.
That's true.
Like those tanks have gotten things done every time. I'm not saying it's optimal. I'm not saying you should try to do this every game or whatever. But I
The
he's
tank also
lost a lot,
didn't need
yes.
to get anything done. Those nukes used properly should have been able to kill the tanks without the damage getting done, or with less.
I
damage getting done.
mean,
not every time, but there's a good chance that.
What do
can
you guys?
happen.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about Toxic Panda getting more middle bunkers? I mean, he's up there. On the scoreboard.
I don't like.
I would do it. I would absolutely do it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
You
was
think
like, yeah, but like
I
bottom
think
left may
Toxic
switch.
Panda can just. I don't think the left side matters enough in this game. I think left is weak enough. With if you have like 2 more ghost bunkers, you can just sort
Yeah,
of
pink-
slap them around and kill them. And say, purple, how many tanks do you have? 3? Great. Hold for as long as you can. Bottom right doesn't have any nukes anymore. We can like hold. I'm gonna kill left, and then let's end it.
And Mozo
Yeah,
dies.
bottom-
These tanks are in range.
This is-
Oh no, just out of splash range.
This is getting out of control here. Bottom left needs to hit top right now.
Well, Toxic
Yeah.
just gone to hit top
Right.
bottom left. Toxic.
With
yeah,
like,
Toxic is making the decision
Sprinkle?
for them. Oh, I think Toxic was just scouting.
I guess.
So that is, I think, a really easy mistake to make. It's when you're worried about the 4v2 happening, you start being a little more paranoid and you maybe pressure somebody that you shouldn't. But that makes the decision for them. Because currently, bottom left is not switching, which I think they needed to. As soon as bottom right dies, it's over for them. And if top left had hit bottom left,
do
they
you
would
think
have attacked in time.
Do you think it's an anger move to some extent that bottom right hit them when top right had middle? It's like, why did you guys hit us for and switch on us?
Maybe.
But it looks like
I
Toxic's
can also
gonna
think
switch. He's
just bottom left being cocky here, thinking like, "Oh, we're the best players in this game. We can win."
Not a
yeah.
chance.
Um,
This
Yeah,
is
no,
very old
But
school.
this is. I like how Blue Toxic Panda is requesting to scout. Oh no, he's just saying it was a scout. I see.
Well, I mean they got no choice now. It's two
All
v
right,
two.
and then it's a 2v2, but one side has mid, more tanks, more production, and better upgrades. Seems close.
Well, yeah, better upgrades.
And more SCVs.
So, how much do you guys think the upgrades affected this game?
Not at all.
Yeah. it
Actually, I
didn't- it
think the
didn't much.
upgrades literally weakened Toxic Panda and Toxic Panda and whoever got 24 armor.
I think I like
I
it
think those
because
upgrades would have been better spent on other things.
I think I kind of like it because I play smaller, like less buildings and stuff anyway, so it kind of complements
Yeah.
my play style a bit more. But then
Because
again,
other players waste their money, or
yeah.
Or
A lot of
because
players
you
get
would-
a lot of players get more and more bunkers, but I get capped at 20. So when I have a lead of 20k, I'm in a good spot because I have the upgrade advantage. But then after that, it's like when people start catching up to the 20, that's when I start losing it a bit of an edge.
I see.
But I think in this case, I think it does well. I don't know how much I'm going to use it though, because I'd rather get a couple more SCVs.
Yeah, right. I'd rather get
I can't wait to see
SCVs.
somebody attempt to range cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna range cheese so hard. It's gonna be the greatest thing
If
ever.
you get ghosts, you should get
30 range. And
30 range.
I mean, you don't
Nothing
even need
can
it.
touch
Just when they're trying to 6v2 you, right, and you're getting really fed, and you
Yes.
have this problem where you can't do anything.
Shit.
Boom, just get 30 ranged, and then
Oh boy.
they do to you.
How many workers does he have? 3. Okay. This is a formidable push.
Oh, he killed
Where's the
himself.
bunker?
He
There
killed
we go.
himself. All right, who was it? Toxic and
It
underscore.
was
I'll bring him
toxic
in.
and underscore.
Alright.
Hello?
GG guys, well played.
Fuck yeah. Easy win.
New
Easy
mic.
win. I think
New
it was
mic,
the new
easy
mic.
win.
Yeah, the new mic actually helped you out there. You were able.
It
Your
actually
partner was
really
able
did.
to hear you, and
Yeah.
I,
I could actually speak.
I'm curious. Underscore. At what point in the game did you decide that hey, I'm just going to tank this out, like just go mass tanks and just forget about my upgrades? Was that a beginning of the game strat, or did you change to it?
You know, I don't know. It's just been something I've been doing lately. I usually try to develop to 3 bunkers and then just spam tanks. And I don't know. I just think that we really lucked out that game because
We did.
bottom right just kept.
They
not
never
making-
scouted.
Yeah, they weren't making informed decisions, and they were like really helping us out. And then I don't know what happened. Why bottom left just kind of stopped playing.
Yeah, that was a weird game. But we got 20 plus upgrades, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, someone. It's good to
How
see
did
someone
you-
hit the 21 barrier there.
How
Yeah,
did you feel about those extra armor upgrades or an attack
It-
upgrade? How did
it
you?
felt satisfying as fuck, not gonna lie.
Do you feel it made a difference? Did you feel like maybe your game style changed a bit? You were less reluctant,
Yeah.
more reluctant, sorry, to drop another bunker because you're like, I want more upgrades.
Yeah, pretty much. I stayed on 2 bunkers for the longest time because I was like, I just want 30 upgrades.
Well, maybe next game, we'll get to see 30 something.
Yeah, 30. Dude, I remember like when Blue came in a minute, he had like 24 armor. That was insane.
Yeah, but the ghost still managed to do some damage to him. Definitely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, GG. Let's jump back in the lobby and get ready for game 3. This is going to be intermediate preference game. If we don't get enough players, we will play with some up and comers.
Hell yeah.
All right.
paused it.
Oh, that's better.
Let's bring the stream up so I can see the chat.
So it looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are ready, and we're all right. Just a bit of prep there, and let's go. All right, this is the first intermediate game for the day, night, whatever time it is for you over there. With me right now is Silverhorse. How you going, Silver?
Yeah, not doing too bad, Cash. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm kind of annoyed right now. Oh no, it was Trader Joe who paused. I will jump in the lobby, see what's going on. 1 second. Hey Joe, what's happening?
Sound issue.
Sound issue. Give me 2 seconds, Kaz.
Yeah. Let me know when it's done.
Done in 2 seconds.
Behind.
It's just 2 seconds and we're going to get started. Just a
I love you.
issue. Yeah, 2 seconds, we're going to get started. 2 seconds, we're going to get started.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. I'll just tell him to unpause when he's ready. Just unpause when you guys are ready.
I'm ready. You can unpause.
Oh, that last game.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So let's reveal some identities here. So top left we got Roz and Inturi versus top right Risk and Savior. Bottom right we have Fox and Mozo. Bottom left we got Trader Joe and Mon JP. Wow, this is actually a pretty sick intermediate / pro lobby. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it is. To be honest, my money's on top left because they're a very strong pairing.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. You got Mozo there versus Trader Joe. I think the actual diagonal teams here. I mean, it's going to be tough. You got Risk laning there with Inturi. I think these guys have played 1v1s before, so I think Inturi wins that lane. You've got Savior versus Fox. Fox, I think he's more endgamey, and Saviour's really good as a laner. Down the bottom,
Yeah,
you've got Mozo versus Trader Joe, and on the left, you got Roz versus Mon JP. I think Mon JP will beat Roz in lane. Roz has some crazy strategies as well as really, really quirky politics that generally works for him. So it's really tough. I don't really know, but yeah, I'm going to say bottom left, top right into the finals with top right taking the win.
yeah. I mean, if anything, about Savior, I sometimes question his play styles because he has a tendency on occasion to try and kill his lane fast, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
I think that's a perfectly fine play style. I do the same thing. The quicker they're dead, the better, because you get mobility around the map, and you just got to preempt the 6v2 from the very beginning. Kill one player, it's a 5v2.
But
a lot of people use it for feed, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So once you kill your lane, the next thing you do is you go kill your partner's lane, and then you just keep alternating.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but the thing is, the way I look at it is, if you kill your lane, you lose your feed.
Yeah, but you can feed in other places.
Yeah, no, which I understand. Okay.
And just for you, Drac, if you're listening in on the stream, that looks like it's worked. So good stuff. We're trying out some new things this time. We're using the map random and getting a file to automatically send to our servers that will tell us who's where and what's happening in the game, as opposed to us having to roll randoms and move people around. So much easier this way.
We got Pukio in the chat saying something about every lobby, mega lol.
Roz will just
and
feed
saying
Inturi this game.
Feed Inturi.
I think we can see this. We type -T, it will tell us when that happens. But remember, there's 7 minutes of no trading. I don't know if that's 7-minute game time or 7 minutes real life time.
Oh, so that's what all those different things mean. Wondered what they meant. Huh.
What, the -T? Yeah. So that means that, like, when you will be able to see when someone trades. You can also do -C to see who's sharing control.
Okay, cool. So nobody's sharing control right now.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, Mon JP is good, but I think lane wise, Roz is I think he's a little bit better because his game
I don't know.
game
I don't
Roz's
know.
game mechanics are really good.
Mon JP's a Diamond 1, I think, ladder player, and I get scared playing against the guy. You know, I've been trying to train him and give him as much advice as I can to get him into the pro leagues, which I'll probably put in a vote for to get him in there.
Sure.
But you know, I hate it because now when I lane him, I lose. It's just like sad. But there's still end game mechanics. I mean, I lose against a lot of the pro league players in lane, but it's about the end
Yeah,
game dynamics and how you finish off players and the politics, and there's a whole bunch of things that matter.
it's interesting strats from everyone. I mean, we've got Mozo sitting on 4-4-2-4-6 with his lane being on 3-3-2-3-4. That's an interesting play style
I think they're just countering each
for
other there.
lane.
I mean, they're literally just one regen. I think Mozo's just trying to get the one up, which is a good play style. But then if your lane thinks the same way, right? What does Trader Joe do? Go five regen, and then Mozo's forced to go 6. And at what point do they save to throw down the bunker if they just keep trying to one up?
I know, right? Because the thing is, it's just it just end up getting to a point where it's like, shh, bugger, I'm on one bunker.
Well, it doesn't look like Roz needs to pull his teammate this time. Inturi gets down. Inturi is a really good player. You know, he's a really good laner.
Yeah.
So you know, I think he's going to do pretty well against Risk.
I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Risk because he's actually really good as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I played 2 after dark games with him with no all chat last week, and we took down both of them.
I know. I remember. I was in one of them. I didn't enjoy that at all. But as we're on about past games, oh my god, last game was so frustrating. I mean, me and Toxic Panda, we just couldn't get off the bases we were on because of just getting 2v1 from both sides.
Toxic's made a funny comment there. I'm not sure if this is one you already mentioned. Inturi will get pulled 4K by 10 minutes by Roz. So I will check that for you, Toxic. I will actually check the trades after 10 minutes to see how close you get. If anyone else wants to make a guess at what point Roz starts pulling, this is a Roz thing. It's a new one. Let's trade
typical Roz.
This is
typical Roz.
Yeah, this is like trying to guess when Fred's gonna nuke. It's try and guess how much Roz pulls in a game.
I don't think he'll need to pull.
No, but you know, you can still pull in these situations to give your partner even more of a lead.
I mean, but also the thing is right now as well.
Oh, Fox got his bunk down. What was going on there? Risk stutters down to kill units, doesn't focus the SCV. Oh,
wow.
Ouch.
No, this is going to be interesting because bottom left are only just now getting a bunker.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried for top right. I think I made a bad call about top right, bottom left, because top right, this double marine expansion here is just so dangerous. It's not that it's a bad play; it's dangerous, and you want to mitigate your risks as much as you can. You know,
we just got a bunker cancel from Mozo.
Yep, and here we go. Look at this. Mon JP
first nuke came down from Mon JP.
Yeah, he's gone Merc. That's interesting. And Tank Square gets taken by Trader Joe.
Now, again, I mean, he's not being pressured per se, so I don't understand the reasoning behind taking the tank spot.
Well, didn't he just cancel?
No, it was Mozo that cancelled. I think it was Mozo that cancelled.
Mon JP.
Mon JP, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. You know, if he builds on his side, it's the same thing. It's just easier for Mon JP to defend this position, right? This is why the two Marines here is so risky. If Mon JP had to move his units over here to defend that bunker, it's further away. So that's a really like close knit square. You get the resupply from both bunkers much quicker.
So in the chat, we've got Toxin Panda saying, man, the difference between this game and last game is apparent. Yeah, I totally agree, Toxic Panda. The skill level is slightly higher.
Yep, we've got 6 intermediates and 2 pros in there. The 2 pros that we've got are Fox and BNY. Sorry, Intrury.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not actually
Isn't
100% sure if we formalized on Fox, but he's definitely got a 10 Pro League pass anyway. So
yeah, I mean the thing is that I don't know if I'm able to because obviously I'm in a different league, but I would definitely sponsor Fox for Pro League.
yeah, I mean
I-
it's mixed.
ir ir Irrelevant of the fact of what he did that game with all those sensor towers and stuff, I still believe he qualifies for Pro League because he is a very good player.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people get frustrated at times when they're losing. There's nothing they can
Mm.
do. Why not just spend some money? But I think in that situation, his partner was still trying to fight,
But
and
this is
we've
interesting.
determined that at
This
that
is
point,
interest.
just quit.
Mm, this is interesting from Mozo. He's marking his front marine bunker now. I don't know about that, but then again, he's not being pressured.
Well, you merc your front marine bunker because that's the one that's going to get hit first. So you want that one to get the extra defense. It gets 5 extra armor, and it also gets
Okay, fair
5k
enough.
extra health. So it's definitely the one you want to merc first if you are going to merc.
But obviously, if I get pressured sometimes, if I'm going marine bunkers, then I tend to merc the back one, especially if I'm getting pressured, because then that way at least then I can put units in the front bunker to help defend, if that makes sense. So I think a lot of it is all dependent on situational awareness, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting pushed, don't do it because you need your units in there. But if they back off,
Sure.
like do it instantly because there's never a good
Mm.
time to. I don't know how long it takes, like 30 seconds. It's never a good time. Oh, let's have a look here if Toxic Panda was right.
Oh,
This is 10, and you were close, really close. It wasn't 4K, it was 300 minerals, but he has
oh
pulled.
my God, that's gonna hurt.
Another
I
cancel
feel
by
for Toxic Pan. I feel
Mon JP.
yeah.
Yeah,
On JP, I feel sorry for him. That's 2 cancels, which is 500.
yeah. It's
Oh,
really
we got
hard to
Puka in
play
the
the
chat.
one bunk merc
Yeah.
here. Combat shields, he's got them. He's got no regen, no range. I think focusing on
Um,
regen and range is probably better.
I mean, if anything, right now I would be putting a little bit more into speed and a little bit more into regen, being on one bunker.
Yeah.
At least then you'll be able to trade better.
Yeah, the way to play the one bunk is to stay on one bunk until you get like, the way I played anyways, like 5-6
Mm.
regen, balance out, like go 4-4-4-6-6 or something, then get stim pack and then try and capitalize on that and only go for second bunk once you start making money off your merc.
Oh wow, and looks like we've got a left to right 2v2 going on at the moment.
Yeah, Pookie's calling out. Riz should be in Pro League. I think
Yeah,
I think he's one of the ones that is very like near tipping point,
he's
if not already in there. I think if
he's very close
Pookie
to it.
as a pro player, drop his name out in the pro lounge and let's get a vote happening, and we can definitely get him in as a temporary pass for tomorrow's games. If
Yeah,
that's what you want to
so
see, it's a bit
so
late,
if you
but if we can get like at least 6 votes in there or something, get a contributor sign off, let's get him in there for a temp game tomorrow.
yeah, I believe he's able to play at pro level, to be honest. So if you want to, Pookie, like you said in the chat, um, give him a nomination or a sponsor or whatever, and let's give him a shot.
I mean, have a look at him. He's holding his lane there
He's doing really well.
against a pro player. He's holding his lane. But we'll see. Some decision making stuff throughout the game, and
I
because
mean, their upgrades aren't
it's not about having the highest score. It's not about beating your lane. It's about your decision making more than anything, which comes with the experience, and that's where the pros
exactly.
are on a different
And the
level.
thing is, the upgrades between Fox and Risk isn't very, very different.
Yeah,
I mean,
I might
yeah,
actually
Risk is.
use a ladder metaphor here in that when you play in like the lower leagues, there's a lot of cheese in there, counter rushes and stuff like that. But when you see the
Yeah.
grandmasters play, it's usually late game meta that they're playing out, and
Mhm.
they understand a lot more than trying to pull that cheese off to make an interesting
Mm.
game. That's kind of the caliber of the pro league
Yeah.
players. Is that these guys have played 500 games plus, and they get it.
I mean, just to go on from last game, I don't understand what was going on last game. I mean, the thing is that, I mean, considering the fact that both me and Toxic Panda were being 2v1 by each side, at times we were actually only just about able to hold our own. So we were actually doing quite well to a point, but it's just the fact that we were getting so overrun. It was so frustrating.
Yep, and that's the joys of zone control. I wonder what happened here. You've got Trader Joe and Fox, both on pretty high range there. 11 for Fox, 13 for Trader Joe, who's now in first place. I mean, I don't know
Oh
if he was the
wow.
one who initiated the range there, um, or was it Fox? Because I know Fox likes to play a lot of.
Doesn't Fox like to play high range?
Yeah, he does, and I'm wondering if Trader Joe is just countering that.
So right now, guys, if you want to put your bets on in the chat, who you think at this point that you might think might take the win, give us a shout out, and yeah.
We got
So right now,
we got three ducks in the stream right now. We got Trigger, Panda, and Pookie. The one person we're missing is the actual duck. Starduck, where you at, man? Where you at? Where's the quacks?
yeah, we love hearing your quacks stuff.
I think he was up pretty late last night.
Mm. Oh wow. So
I'm surprised that it's 15 minutes in and we haven't seen a Rorder drop yet.
no, I'm wondering perhaps maybe if people are too scared to drop it just in case they do end up getting like 6v2 possibly. Is
Yeah.
this a game with no all chat or all chat enabled?
All chat is on. But
Right.
we do have the 30 upgrades here that we can get up to. It looks like MonGP finally got his bunker down. But here's the
At
thing,
long
when you
last.
and the reason why I was saying you should probably get stim pack before you do that, get some more balanced ups. The reason for that is now his army is 50% unmerked Marines, so he actually weakens his army by getting the
And
second
he's also
bunker, unless
suffering
he
as well because Roz has got 12 range opposed to
3.
Mon's 3 range. That's gonna hurt him
Yeah, that should
so
be
much.
his next focus. Is just dump everything. He's got 500. I think he might be merking soon. But he should be dumping everything into range right now because he's just gonna.
Sorry, Toxic. I meant Pop Tart. I do apologize. You were in my lane last game.
We're just gonna
Slight
blame.
oversight.
We'll just blame you anyway, Toxic. We'll just blame you. It's all your fault, man.
Yeah, you suck. No,
didn't he
joke,
win? Wait,
joke,
didn't he
joke.
win? Wasn't it Toxic and Annihilator?
It was no, it was Toxic and
It
an
was
underscore one.
yeah.
Game.
Underscore was Annihilator. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Mm. But I mean, the thing is that that game was just so frustrating because both Mozo and Isaiah weren't able to control their lanes, so it just meant that both me and Pop Tart were getting double teamed by both sides.
We were just mentioning, during that last game, Inturi and I were, and I think Roz as well, we're talking about, well, what's the best strat to do now that we're enabling 30 upgrades, and there was this thing about doing a range cheese with ghosts. So have a look at Roz's
Oh my
upgrade.
god.
He's on 16 range. I can just imagine like 30 range on ghosts. He's just going to be, you can't come near it.
No, you can't. That's gonna pull him into the chat. We got Pookie in the chat saying pull him into the casting channel so he can quack for us.
Yeah, he is not online though at the moment, so we cannot get the.
Oh my god, we've got
quack.
just to cut you out, we've got a massive push. Looks like Risk's gonna lose a bunker.
It's possible.
Oh my god. No,
and it's gone. Sorry, I thought Blue was his. Why did I think Blue was his ally there? Blue's his lane. I'm like, his ally's behind him. He'll be fine.
No, I don't see that. I mean, if Risk was being pressured like that, I would have probably used my nuke to save myself rather than.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do it. I don't know what he's holding on
I
to
don't.
there. And
I mean, but they're both.
This is the thing. Like, it's just if these second bunkers were placed there and there, it would have been so much easier for them to resupply those lines. This is why you shouldn't do that. But you know what? Inturi is going very risky here as well. But this water bunker was bad timing.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize both players still had their nukes and they let that bunker die, and there's still going to be.
But here's the thing, they're both expanding at the same. They're both expanding at the same time. You can't hold when you're both expanding at the same time. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
You just can't hold it.
Wow. Okay.
And
That's a
they're
double
gonna
cancel
get
here.
they're gonna
Not
get
only
yeah,
did
and they're
they
gonna get
lose,
punished.
not only did they lose, but oh, he almost didn't cancel that. Nuke it. There we
Oh
go.
my god. There we go. See, that's what
Look at
should
his
have
money.
happened
Look at BNY sitting on $3 grand right now. Just get an SCV. It's not going to do anything. Just get one.
If I was me right now, I
Again.
would
Oh
why? I would be doing the
no.
Reaper bunker.
At least take the tank square. That was unnecessary. Like
Yeah.
that was not.
That's like 2 or 3
So
that
maybe
was like 2 or 3
just based on that decision making, I'd say maybe a couple more weeks before we get BNY into froze.
We've also got Toxic Panda in the chat saying, God, I hope that to hell that Roz goes ghost and does nothing but 30 range. Yeah, that would be insane.
Yep, but they're playing a bit more conservative here. There's one, there's two, and yep, just those two diags. So my call out for the diag was wrong. Top left, bottom right looks like they're going to be the ones going into the
And
finals here.
in perfect Roz fashion, he starts producing tanks. This is something I've seen Roz do many times, is because he's on a Reaper build, is start building tanks for protection. I think it's just more so for defense more than anything else.
Yeah,
But is he
Oblivion
gonna?
does it very well as well. That's
Oh
his
God,
style.
doesn't he ever?
But yeah, I still don't agree with it. I think if bottom right goes Rords right now, I think they'll be better placed. But it looks like they're going to go on snipe mode. Mon JP loses his Rorder bunker. That's going to hurt.
And Toxic saying Cash missed 100 nuke from Brian. Yeah, Brian's 100 kill nuke at
I definitely
1830.
did. I find it like really hard to spot the nukes because you see it written, but you don't get the ping on the map like you used to. You usually get
I'm
a ping
wondering
on the
if
map.
perhaps maybe, yeah, I wonder if that's perhaps maybe a way that Drac can, or even Roz, can do something with the game, whereas like if you get like a nuke, it centers onto that when it happens, or like a little picture in the bottom corner to say what's happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but like if you remember back in the day, there used to be a little nuke icon that appears on the minimap that you can see. Here comes a turret. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be enough here. You got 16 range from Interior as well. Not that it does anything on the bunkers.
Oh my
but
God, that's another bunker kill.
Teal,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
sure why Teal really wants them to die. Oh, he's probably doing this diagonal play.
I mean, again.
Roz is pinging diagonal. But when
Yeah,
Teal
I
just
don't
says
know.
die, Teal just says die to top right means that they're allied, and you've got top left switching. Although Trader Joe back in first place, what is happening here? 21 range against 14.
Oh my God.
Wow, he's the first one to breach. Oh, Mon JP, you poor man, you
Gee.
poor man. You cannot catch a break this game.
No, I mean he's had 2 cancels and now a bunker kill as well.
Nah, he lost his rods as well.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he had rods. Top left, let's kill bot left, and top right.
Let's go. Right, so there's some so we've got the first sets of politicking. And the thing is that because obviously Inchuri and Roz are actually quite good together, once usually the politics start, they usually don't stop. Oh, here comes maybe a backstab. Oh, and it looks like Inchuri is going to get Roz up without a hitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Trader Joe may have lost a bunk here. I'm sure he had that third marine bunk already, but he's rebuilding it now. Then you get a shield tower up. But look at that 24 range. Holy shit. The range only comes to effect really when you have enough mass to support the second line's firing. If you don't have the mass to do it, it doesn't really work too great. But it looks like
my
Mon
God,
JP
I
died.
feel so
Mon JP dying. Yeah, Mon JP dying could actually be good here. He should let himself die. He's got 1k in the bank. Letting himself die may invoke a switch. It would even empty the bunker so it dies faster. But it's good he didn't spend any money there on upgrades. Very good teamwork.
For sure. But then it's
Orange
just
is
gonna.
not switching. Oh, he cancelled the bunker. Wow. So range doesn't really help you too much when you're in the bunker because all your units
No.
are attacking anyway.
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
damage in the bunker, and turrets ASAP, like
I mean, he is
preemptive, get
sitting
your turret
on 8
upgrading.
armor and 6 range, so that's helping a little bit. But with this pressure, I
Here
don't
comes
think
your
it's going to be
turret.
enough.
Yep, he's
He's
turret's
holding
good.
really well, though. I'm impressed.
Yeah, what's his regen at? 7 regen there, 11, 7,
7
7.
regen, 11
Yeah.
armor.
Meanwhile, top right, no,
Wow.
they're at a stalemate. Top right, I don't know. It's just they just
But if
flip.
you look at how much feed both orange and bottom right just gave Trader Joe,
Yeah,
that
but
was an
he's.
intense amount of feed.
I don't know about that
But he
decision
is
to empty that
suffering.
back bunker to save the front one because now the back one's
No,
dead.
I don't.
He should have kept them both
That,
full and just let.
yeah,
Oh, anyway, he's definitely going to get overrun now.
I don't know. I mean, he can certainly hold against bottom right. I mean,
I don't
considering
know.
the
He's outsupplied, and there's 3 tanks with splash damage from Ozo versus 4 tanks top left, or the 4th one building anyway.
got pink saying kill, orange killing. Not quite sure what he means by that.
Orange is killing him.
But
he means
considering the
me.
considering the fact on how much Trader Joe is taking from orange and bottom right,
He's
actually
got
not done too
29
bad.
range. He's got 29 range. One more. I don't even know how much it costs at that point. 10, 250 is 750 for an upgrade, for that final upgrade.
Wow.
I think he'll be
Well,
the first one
purple's
to
dead.
get there.
So we've got 2 gone. So that's Mozo and Risk.
I think if he had 29 attack there.
Finish Pink, then 2v2.
Oh, poor Pink. Get some
Uh-oh.
weapon upgrades. Start throwing turrets.
He's gonna need it.
This is a
But
battle,
you know,
battle of the
as
tanks. Have a look at this. Roz is already ready to push these tanks in. He's moving them around. I don't know why. He's
but
not
the
moving
thing
them
is,
closer.
I think Roz and Cherry probably both still got their nuke. I know Roz still has. Yes. And Mon JP still has his nuke.
Mon's dead. Both teams still have their nukes. So there's 4 nukes on the
Wow,
board.
that's impressive. So it's like, who's gonna get it off and who's gonna win for it? Oh, here comes the.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You got the 2 diagonal pro players in the game. You got Inturi and Roz. So this is why
Roz, yeah.
We're seeing a bit more of a.
And I knew straight away that Roz was gonna push tanks to mid.
Seems like everyone's doing it these days. In fact, if you know that's going to happen, why even care? Like, if he could preempt these tanks over here or over there, they get better placement. I mean, sure, they're going to lose their rods, but here comes a nuke. Nope. No nuke to save that bunk.
Oh my god, no cancel on that rod bunker. That's going to hurt.
No cancel, wasn't it? That was alive, wasn't it?
It was a kill. It was a kill.
Wasn't it built already?
No, it was partly built, and
look at this aggressive GG there by Orange. Roz thinking he's won this.
I don't know.
There's still 2 nukes in the game. This is crazy. I don't know why bottom right, like both of them didn't scout before they did that. But you know what? It's going into the diagonal. At least they made a gut shot. Going to give us a 30-minute game. That's always good.
And as well, everybody's still got all their nukes. And Roz is, is it Roz?
Oof.
Yeah, Roz taking it. Oh,
lots of money there. 3K in the back for Fox.
That was Roz who nuked.
No, it was Fox.
No, it was.
Fox nuked Inturi.
We got Toxic saying top 10 anime deaths. Trader Joe's final breath.
I don't think there's much they can do here, but if you think about it, Roz can actually move his tanks closer and get his tanks in range of those tanks without them having vision of it. But what's the point when Inturi has 115 supply?
I know, right?
And he's moving his nuke there. He's going to nuke that. He's going to take a bomb.
Yeah.
But then again, then again, there's still 2 nukes on the board. Here comes one.
There's 2, so
What's
we've
he
still
gonna
got
do
one
with
more
it
to
though?
go.
He nukes it, but he
But
moves
this is the
tanks, but he
thing.
doesn't have vision.
Why?
He doesn't have vision.
Why would you?
Oh,
Why would you
no.
move your tanks that close when you haven't got vision?
I mean, they're
It's
dead. They're dead anyway. He may as well do something with them because when he
Mm.
dies, they're gonna disappear anyway.
yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Alrighty, that was
Okay,
quick.
guys.
That was
Well,
less
just
than
let the guys in.
yeah, that was less than 30 minutes. So that was Inturi and
Wow.
Violet.
GG's.
GG's guys, well played.
Well played.
GG.
Did anybody get 21 ups?
Trader Joe got to 29, I think, range.
On his
Really?
range.
Yeah.
Who is Trader Joe?
Pink.
Light pink. Oh no, dark
That
pink.
was-
Dark pink.
Brain was
29
it was
That was bottom left?
Yeah, that was bottom left. This guy was fighting Teal Ol again.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
had
cool. That was...
Risk and Savior top right.
Top right was Risk and Savior.
Yeah, Roz, you were with Mon JP, laning Mon JP, and
Yes, I knew that.
Inturi, you were against Risk. How
Sure.
do you guys reckon you went? I think you played pretty dominating the entire game.
Mm.
Plus,
For
Roz, you
sure.
had
We thought so,
orange,
too.
of course.
Yes, I figured I had to pull a win out there for you, Cash.
I had to pull a one for Pookie. I got his blue man. Our colors were just the best.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
I must admit, you probably got to feel sorry for Mon JP a little bit, right? Because he had 2 cancels and 2 bunker kills.
I mean, he didn't want to fight me, so I didn't feel too bad for him. He only wanted to take the most favorable trades. And
sure.
I got lucky because I had a little bit more control of the lane, and I got some mineral spawns that really helped me early.
Were you nervous before that end switch though? I mean, Trader Joe was first place, but then going in, were you confident that killing off top right, bottom left was the right move? I mean, I don't think there was a scout on either side. You guys don't have one more tank, but without knowing it.
We were not concerned whatsoever.
I
Two
was
nukes.
really confident based on where the expansions were.
Yes.
So we killed brown and we killed whatever color I was laning, and I'd taken all of my space on this side. But
That was
teal was having a hard time pushing pink, which meant that pink was going to be expanding. And so just sheer bunker counts meant that bottom right could not be as big as us, and they were probably overspending on upgrades given the nature of this game, and people get to 30.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Roz and I were handling it better.
I think it's a bit of a distraction, isn't it? Letting people get
Yes,
that
I
high,
do.
It's like
Yeah.
it was pretty good by Trader Joe to get to 29 range, but he would have been better placed to get 29 damage.
Agreed.
It's just there's a
I
bit
don't
of
know
that.
about that.
I think it's an interesting dynamic.
whatever. But it's it definitely I think caused people to overspend on upgrades. Or I was expecting it to have caused them to overspend on upgrades, which would have
I'm
given
not
us
sure if it impacted
pretty
the
easy
outcome
push.
though. I think had he fought a tech, it just would have happened a little later. The same thing probably would have happened. But
So
the reason
how-
I was really confident, by the way, going in, the reason I was so confident was we had the Rotter bunker. We had very efficiently spent resources. I couldn't imagine us having spent those resources any more efficient. We started building the tanks really early. It would have been very hard for them to have, whatever they had, it doesn't matter. We knew how many bunkers they had approximately. We knew their base shape. Whatever they had, there was no way that it was going to counter what we had.
So when it came to the politicking, kill top right, bottom left, and then go from there. Did you have a pretty good idea that it was going to end with you taking the win
Yes.
at that point?
I did not think this was an even endgame. I thought it looked even on paper, which is why they offered it and we jumped at the deal.
Mhm.
But if I were the one making that offer, I would have said, take one bunker, your choice, then call it a fight. And that would have made it, I think, close to even. But we were just...
Something like that. But we were prepping for that because we noticed that the scores were even before they even offered it. We noticed it too, and we started building the tanks before then. So the fact we got a jump on that sort of reasoning really gave us the edge. One extra tank, even though we didn't need the tanks at all, we beat them without the tanks. I think.
Okay, we needed the tanks to stop their tanks from pushing us.
Eventually, yes.
If we didn't have those tanks, they could have just tanks and gotten into bid a little bit, and then we would have been pushed back. We needed to have our tanks, but our tanks didn't do any damage.
Probably one tank would have done the trick.
1 to
Because
3.
we got it
whatever.
into mid first.
Yeah, but 1 to 3 is
Yeah.
still not enough. Like, whatever.
Anyways.
We needed our tanks.
Okay, well, GG's guys, and we'll jump
GG.
into the
Yeah, let's
lounge
get
and
back in the
ready
main
for
lounge and
GG.
get ready for game 2 for Intermediate. The stream on
Righty.
now. I might be on like mute for a little bit because I'm gonna semi-eat while we play, but yeah, I'll still be interactive. Hopefully, Inchuri joins us in here.
Yeah, be good to have a third caster.
Yeah, so I don't have to talk so much while they eat.
Right, well, welcome guys for game 2. Wow, what a game 1. Yeah, so we're just getting ready and set up.
Yep, users are
Yeah.
jumping into their lobbies. We need one more there to join BNY. I don't know who his partner was.
Not sure yet.
BNY's partner, Trader Joe. I might just move him in there. Is that right? Are you there, Trader? Oh, I just moved him. Wait, who's your partner, BNY?
I don't know. Some guy I've never played with.
Okay.
Yeah, so already guys, game 2 you got myself, Silver, and Kashayar as our main casters at the moment. We might get Inchuri popping
I'm around.
Oh, hello Inchuri. Hi. How are you?
Feeling pretty good.
Wow, what an interesting game 1 for you guys.
Yeah, it worked out. I was pretty pleased with how we played that one. And now we're on to this game.
We are.
Starting in the top left, you've got BNY Risk and Bang Boogie. In the top right, you've got Trader Joe or ZC NRG or RNG No Skill, paired with Mon JP. In the bottom right, you've got Savior and Roz, and in the bottom left, we have Mozo and Behemoth. Do you have any early predictions based on these teams in the start of landing, Silver?
Oh god. Not right now, but I think that Bang and Behemoth's going to be an interesting fight because I'm not sure about Behemoth, but from what I know about Bang, he's an old school laner. He very rarely leaves his lane, if that makes any sense. But
yeah, I don't know if I'd call that an old style laning, or if it's just a very lane centric game plan. But I absolutely agree. I found that that Bang Boogie tends to stay in his lane a lot. So
yeah,
Behemoth's going to have a tough time
trying
with Bang
to
there.
feed off of other people because I do know from time to time that Behemoth does like to wander off, doesn't he, sometimes? But I don't think Bang's going to give him that option.
Do you have Bang and Trader Joe mixed up?
No, I don't think I did.
So
We've got a pause from Roz.
Yeah, it looks like Fox is messing with the lobby here.
Oh,
but yeah, because so BNY is laning with Trader Joe, and you've been talking about Bang, who's his partner.
Oh, yeah,
I banned Fox, so we can probably move on now if you wanna.
Okay. Wait, is Cash? Okay, yeah, Cash is around.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me just tell
I'm not
everyone
gonna
we're
pause
starting.
it.
Yeah. No. I'll do it. Just give me a sec. Let me just say it. 2 seconds. We're starting.
Until
2
we come
seconds.
back.
We're starting. 2 seconds. We're starting. 2 seconds. We're starting.
Bang is
All right, sorry about that.
is a laner.
I'll just like drop it out there. This is something that because they're playing anonymous mode, it's going to be hard to know. But you can maybe able to tell from the playstyle. But if I was in Behemoth's spot, he actually has more of a chance knowing it's Bang that he can actually drop out his Rod bunkers without anyone calling it out. Because that's one of the good things about Bang's playstyle is he refuses to use all chat. He hates it. He thinks it's weak. So he doesn't do it. So he lives by what he says, and he'll rarely even say anything. Which means for you, you can get like mid bunk, and you probably won't even call it out. I don't know if it's a good play style, but hey,
honestly,
you gotta respect
I don't think Bang would even call a mid bunker. I think he would get tank pushed and die before he said anything. Now, the good news is you have a mini map that you share with your partner, and so BNY knows he's with Bang. And so if BNY sees something on a mini map that needs to be called out, like Marauders or mid, I think BNY needs to be the one making that call out.
Yeah, but I mean, I think in a way that Risk and Bang isn't a bad pairing. I mean, because I think they're both really good laners.
I'm gonna go with top right on this game. With top right, bottom left. Sorry, top right, bottom left in the finals. Top right taking the win.
Ooh, here's a really good nuke from
Oh,
Bang though. Holy smokes! 80
massive.
kills at 330.
Wow, that is a
Wow.
massive nuke. And that should be enough, almost. Not quite, but that's going to
That's some
put him
It's
in.
only
SCV
40
farming, and
off.
that's going to be his bunker.
But still,
Oh,
it's going to...
counter nuke from Behemoth. Wow,
But
both of them are so close to their bunkers.
Very close. Oh my god, and it looks like Bane's going to get it off because of the fact of Roz cutting off both lanes.
Yeah, Roz has control, and so he's dominating. This is a really
This is going
dubious
to be
fight for Mozo to take that. He was really down supply and the concave, and as a result, his supply took a beating. Behemoth is going to be more risky to put this bunker down, but Roz is hitting diagonal.
But I mean, this is going to hurt Behemoth because Bang's actually going to get his bunker up before Behemoth does. But one thing I do know about Behemoth is he tends to play low upgrades, high bunkers. But being the fact that Bang is a veteran player because of being from Pro League, I'm presuming he will obviously recognise that and deal with that accordingly. Now we've got
more than likely Behemoth will take some sacrifices on upgrades and focus heavy on tanks. That's his general playstyle.
Behemoth loves his tanks, and in this metagame in the intermediate leagues where we've seen these games go earlier, it seems to be really heavy tank focused.
Do you think
this
that
bunker from Behemoth?
Do you think that the fact that we can get up to 30 upgrades now might actually change his mindset on tanks? I'd be interested if he does.
I think it might, but it shouldn't. He's going to cancel this bunker. Roz made a really good play by calling out that Behemoth was expanding. And what? Is Behemoth letting him kill that? Okay. He let him kill that bunker. Why did Behemoth not cancel that?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, did he kill it with the turret?
The turret got the bunker.
Oh, wow.
Behemoth, I think, just left.
I'm wondering if Behemoth
he didn't load his bunker. He let the cancel, and Mozo saying that Behemoth left the game and that he's AFK. So I think, okay, well that's gonna change the dynamic of this game. So
massively.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if
I'm
wonder
I'm gonna go check if he actually left the game. Just one sec. Hey Behemoth, did you leave? Is he not talking?
He's AFK.
Oh my god. Good luck, man.
I don't agree with that. I think Bang would be very upset right now
AFK.
knowing that he's done that.
It's AFK.
So Silver, I'm curious why.
Well, the thing is that I see it in a good way, but I also see it. I mean, because it can be frustrating, especially if it's your teammate. And from what I know about Bang, I don't think he'd be he'd be a little bit frustrated with the fact that Risk is actually built there. But probably maybe the reasoning why is probably because of the pressure that they've been getting. Possibly,
So
I don't know.
the point is, BNY was having a kind of a tough time in lane against Trader Joe, whereas Bang Boogie was having absolutely no issues in lane against Behemoth. And so as a result, that marine placement is guaranteed to go up with no cancels. There's no risk of that bunker at any point. Whereas if BNY built on his own side.
We do have a call out from Light Green saying Rodders, so looks like we might get a 4v2. But no, we don't. Savior ignored the fact that they were going up and decided to continue hitting red. Now this is going to change the way the game's going, especially with the fact now that Bang's got rods.
Yeah, I don't think Raz interpreted Mozo's call out that Behemoth was AFK literally.
Mm.
But the fact that Behemoth appears to
It's
have literally
gone.
left the game
Is now just going
means
to be
that
complete feed for Bang, so he can capitalize on this. I mean, it's not nice when you've got one player that's gone, but still there.
I don't think he's
And all
actually
you can
gone.
do
It
is
looked like he
feed.
came back and he was doing something for a second there.
I think his Marines just were aggroed. If you look, he's not microing,
No,
Okay.
he's not microing at all, so they're
and
just
his
like
bunker's
back
still
and forth.
unloaded, and then he's just pure SCV farm. So yeah,
Yeah,
I really
stop
wonder if
feed.
he actually left the game though, or if he's just AFK.
I think so there was a bug about leaving the game, but your
Yeah,
unit's
that
not
was
transferring over that we
yeah,
saw.
that
I'm
was.
not sure.
I think that was generally on like when.
Ooh, is there going to be another nuke to get the bunker? So there's a nuke from red, but he didn't get bottom right's army, and so the bunker survives. Gee.
Well, this is the thing. Me and Cash have done some testing with killing bunkers with nukes, and even if with the bunker being on full health, whether it's on the center spot or the outer spot, it will not kill a bunker outright. So
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
a while back, me and Cash did some testing. We went into 1v1 and we just like got money up trading and stuff, and we were doing things with nukes on bunkers, and we were testing out like how much damage a bunker would take dependent on where you hit with the nuke, whether it be on the center circle, right on the bunker, or on the edges. And no matter which way you do it, a fully a full health bunker will not die from a nuke.
It's a difference between I think 5,000 damage and 3,750 or
Yeah,
2,500.
for
So
sure.
it's the center of the chevron is where it hits.
I mean, because it only deals about 3/4 of the damage on a bunker when it's on the center spot on the top of the bunker, isn't it, Cash? If I remember right.
If it's outside of the center takes the most damage. Same with
Well,
the
this is bottom left completely gone.
same with tank splash as well.
Got a big push from top right onto top left. Now this is going to be interesting.
I think this is really smart by Raz.
For sure.
It's going to force out a nuke, or top
It
left
will.
is going to lose a
He's
lot.
got. Yeah, he had to pull that nuke. Otherwise, that would have been game over. But there are no tanks in play as yet.
It's still a very early game. We're only 11 minutes in.
Yeah.
And the scores are still low.
And all the upgrades are still quite low as well, if you notice, compared to last game. Oh, wow. That's an impressive hold. That's a very good hold from both
Top right
players.
made a really poor decision to back off when they did.
Yeah, they did.
They saw that top left's armies were pulling away, and that's when you know that your allies in this case are hitting. And so you have to put as much pressure as possible, or else you just feed them too much.
Yeah, for sure.
And right they could have gone a bunker kill, but they did not.
And right now, I don't think top right or bottom right can actually do anything to top left anymore, because they're just. I believe they're just feeding.
I don't agree with that analysis.
All it takes is one tank.
Yeah.
That's all they need. That Rorder bunker's dead.
If things actually work in this time.
But the
Also,
thing is,
just
though,
the
I
just the
didn't do
production.
anything different.
Like both sides
Hey,
have so
Drac.
much more production.
Mm.
And here you see,
Now this is good.
look at that exactly. That army got pulled out of position, and it took a
Yeah.
really bad trade. And then the Reapers come in, and then they pull out. Now the army got pulled, and then as soon as the army leaves, he comes back in. Ross is handling this textbook, classic example.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Ross
I
is
think
doing the right thing.
these players are intermediate, you know, and pretty high level intermediate as well. So they can effectively
sure.
4v2. It's not like an up and coming game where the 4v2 is just going to feed you. You know, they won't feed here.
No,
Well, I mean, they're going to feed a little bit in doing it, but they're every time they feed a bit, they're putting pressure on it, and there's a really high chance that top left makes a mistake at some point. They're keeping the pressure on, and so even though if top left executes this perfectly, they can still hold. It's very hard to do with the way that bottom right and top right are playing it.
Yeah, they're playing it well, but not one of them is saving for a tank. I mean, they should be pooling one player to get that tank and just do the damage they need
if
to.
I was banging
Considering
risky
there's no nukes top left. There's one nuke left in the game, and that is Saviors.
Yeah, I think they're not getting a tank because they're still worried about the other side switching. Because currently bottom right and top right are relatively similar in score. Right? They're not neither side is much stronger than the other. And so if one side has a tank, the other side might feel worried about going into the end game against them in a 2v2. And so they don't want to bring the tank because they're worried about getting switched on.
For sure.
Not just about the
And
4v2.
I got a feel. Yep, there it is. I was just about to say. I wonder what Risk is saving.
And that's a good point that you made in theory. But like, think about it from top left's perspective. If they were thinking, if they analyzed it like you did, top left should go, "Hey, bottom right tank." Call it out and force them to switch, force them to look. I mean, there's no point they're ganging you anyway. You may as well try and muddy the waters.
Well,
I mean,
so there's one thing that they say about that cash, Silver Canning, is that if you make a lie like that, and top right checks, scouts, and verifies that you lied, when bottom right actually has a tank, and there was what I was talking about the tank, but if you lie earlier and then you make the call out for a tank, top right's not going to believe you. They're just going to say, "Oh, you're lying again, boy who cried wolf." Ooh, but here's might be a bunker.
That was a good point.
Here might be a bunker going down from. Oh, it's going to be close, but not quite.
I mean, the thing is, they've just got Marines. Oh no, they have got Rodders.
They have Reapers and Marauders in that army.
But the only other thing they can do in bottom right and top right situation is to call it out. Hey guys, do you mind if we build a tank? It looks like Trader Joe's getting one anyway, but it'd be good if they call it out and go, "Hey, we're getting a tank to do some damage here." But here's the thing: was it even
doing that? Roz was talking about
even
Risk has already got a tank?
But is it even necessary to gang on top left?
No.
It was not necessary to do it. There was no reason.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a massive lead. If you think about it, the logical situation would have been hit top right because they're in the middle. They just made life difficult for a 4v2.
Yeah, and the thing is now, because top left have been fed so much, top right and bottom right are going to find it hard to deal with top left.
At this point, it is necessary for them to 4v2. They can't switch. I'm not sure if it was necessary for them to 4v2 at the time they did. I think the 4v2 might have been a little premature, but it's the decision they made. And here Green made a pretty big blunder, overextending, losing his army. And now if top right keeps the pressure, right now it matters. But unfortunately, top right,
they got to stutter into that. They can take it. They can take it.
Maybe, but Purple is here to react. Purple was able to send half his army back, and that's all it took.
That's all it took was half the army.
Well, they just needed to say go now, you know, because top right wasn't pressuring them. You can tell. Look at Trader Joe's like, "Oh, stop feeding him." He's got his tank all the way there. You know, if he was pushing at the same time.
And Trader Joe is suggesting
this is the thing. They're saying, they can't leave their base, but at the end of the day, like you said before, Cash, all you need to do is to be on like 2 or 3 bunks and just upgrade. I mean, because right now Bank's sitting on 11, 14, 10, 9, 10, 9, 5. So he's got higher upgrades than pretty much anybody else in the game, in my opinion. And with the fact now that Risk has got 2 tanks, it's going to be even harder for them to push them now. And the thing is that Trader Joe's
Read
should
that.
push
Read that chat. You got tanks? Fuck no. You guys aren't hitting, so we can't get a tank. It's so true. They got to keep the pressure up or push the tank.
Yeah. I think Trader Joe and Mon JP are actually
being
have
too
played this
passive.
4v2 horribly.
Yeah,
I think
they've been playing
have,
too passive.
And again, credit to BNY and Bang Boogie. I think there were multiple times there that they had potential to lose one of their bunkers, and they defended well. But I also think that Top Right in this game executed this 4v2 slightly poorly. They have a tank, and they've had it for a while, but they're not using the pressure at all. They know the top left doesn't have any nukes, so there's no threat of them losing their tank if they apply pressure, and bottom right's been keeping the pressure on.
Exactly.
And
the thing is, Trader Joe still has his nuke, 1 tank, and all he's got to do is pressure in. Oh, this is a mistake.
Trader Joe does not have his nuke.
I beg your pardon, Savior.
Trader Joe does not have his nuke.
Savior's the last one with a nuke.
Roz is.
Sorry, I keep getting confused.
Is it Roz or Savior? I'm not sure. They're both pink.
Savior, light pink, yeah.
Sounds good.
No, I don't. Yeah, see, I didn't agree with this with that tank. That tank should have not been placed there.
Yeah, but I don't think they needed to nuke it. We'll see what happens. Oh, they're pushing the thing. Like they overcommitted to this. Bottom right overcommitted. They went too strong on this. They by using the nuke. The nuke was their advantage against top right because they don't have a tank bottom right. They could have done the same amount of damage without nuking.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have done that much damage without.
Oh no! But top right pushed their tank, so top right would have done the damage. All they need to do is kill some units.
Yeah, but then they would lose the top right. This was the only way that bottom right could get a similar amount of farm. It's interesting.
I mean, Savior does have a 2K lead on Trader Joe. So when they kill these guys, Saviour's technically ahead, but they've got a tank. I don't know. They've got building a second tank.
Yeah. Bottom right is ahead and score by a lot, and Mon JP got that kill, so that evens it up, and now they're only ahead by a bit. And top right does have that tank, but bottom right has middle, and there's a tank coming from bottom right while they're expanding. I don't think bottom right expected top left to die so quickly, so all of these production that they have is not coming out in time.
Exactly.
Interesting. This is going to be a really, really interesting endgame. It's very close. I'm not sure who's favored here. The control of middle is worth so much, but they don't have a tank yet. But top right doesn't know they don't have a tank yet. If top right had perfect map vision, I think top right would just push into middle and then push their tanks up and take middle, and that would be it. That would be the game, using their tanks with splash. But because they don't know that bottom right doesn't have a tank in middle, they can't push it because they don't know how strong. If they push middle and there is a tank in mid, they lose. So they have to sit passively like this, and then this can be just like a 1v1, where one side has control of middle, getting all the mineral patches, while the other side sits in base and doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like. But with those 2 tanks, then, I mean, I would push down the side here. I mean, it's not like they have road bunkers that are going to get sniped by. There's no need to keep the tanks there. They need to be aggressive. Yeah. They've got an advantage. They knew that the other guys didn't have tanks. They're like, fuck no, we've been pushing. We don't have a tank. And they only just got one now. They're going to be a while before they get the second one. And not only that, Trader Joe's got splash damage. So what's the point of taking mid? Just push back, do the damage on the backside.
Well, bottom right can take mid now. Bottom right, light pink Savior has the 1,000 minerals, and I expect there's the mid bunker.
And here comes the push.
He's putting it down in sensor range. That's very impressive. But then they counterattack. Very good counterattack.
Only one person needs to go defend while he pushes tanks. Oh my god, the multitasking.
Yeah, but they're forcing those tanks back, I think. Yeah, and Trader Joe's pulling his tanks back.
No. Oh no.
Is Roz gonna get them?
Oh my god, he will get one for sure.
He'll get one at least.
Oh, it's Reapers. That splash control.
And the splash.
The splash killed the tank, I think. I don't think bottom right got that kill, but that tank in middle with a turret to defend. And Ghost's finish.
Oh.
That looks like it's game.
That is huge.
Wow, what a close end game.
Very close. We've got Toxic Panda in the chat saying worst part about this game is being 4v2ing way too early in feed. So much the 4v2 is required.
Yeah, the 4v2 is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say
for
they're
sure.
too strong, we have to 4v2 them, and then by 4v2 and then they become so strong that you have to 4v2 them. It's funny how it works out that.
I mean, it's like with myself and Pop Tart last game. I mean, we were getting so fed it was unreal. But the thing is, we just couldn't do anything because bottom right were doing nothing, and we were just getting.
Well, this is the thing, right?
Getting...
So it's a fine line, and you don't, you know, when you 4v2 someone, you can't 4v2 them when they've got a 10k lead on you. You know, you got to do it earlier so that you can actually do damage to them. So when you're looking at their score, let's say they're last place, and all of a sudden over 3 minutes they've sequentially just gone up 1,000 by 1,000 by 1,000. You know these guys getting too big too quick. So you know if it continues on that path, they'll be 10k in no time. You need to preemptively kill them before they get to that point. That's an early decision for a 4v2. But at the same time, the person getting 4v2 needs to think about, while I'm growing this fast, I need to allocate not into upgrades or into bunkers, but into things that can help me against the 4v2, like tanks, splash damage, and SCV.
Here's something really smart that Top Right's been doing. Mon JP had 1,500 minerals in the bank, whereas Trader Joe had nothing, and then he sent it over because Trader Joe already has Splash.
Yep.
And they decided that Splash tanks are the most powerful thing in this position. And to be honest, I kind of agree with them. That
So
I
they're
think
not
Splash
committing,
tanks are the best use of their money.
That's true. I mean, they're not even committing right now. Like, bottom right knows if they commit, they're just going to feed. So it's like a stalemate. Sure, they can get more bunkers, but since they push in, they don't have splash damage. So Pink does have 1,100 in the bank. The question is he going to save for another tank? Is he going to get splash, or is he going to take another
tank? And here they're just saying, again, bottom right has map control here. They have their ones with the mid bunker. They have mid control, sensor tower, efficient, and a tank in middle. And so they're going to get 3/4 of the mineral patches that are going to come on in this game. And so bottom right can be patient and wait. And top right, if this game goes on forever, they're going to lose because of the mineral patches.
Yeah, and they're contained as well. I mean, I think they could win this on mass alone. Just take the 4 mid bunkers, start expanding out. Just build there. I mean, what I would like to see is a sensor tower there, so they get full vision of their army movement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they built this aggressive sensor tower up in middle, at the top, so they have vision. Plus, they are using Marines to scout and make sure the contain is maintained.
It's that little gap, this little gap here. You know, there's a small gap in that.
Yeah, and that's what their Marines are for. They're a few units scouting to find the mineral patches and scout the army if it pushes out. I think this game could go on for a very long time. It got to this point super quickly, and then you reach the point where the tanks are going to stalemate, and neither side has incentive to do anything.
And you're right. This is the thing. Like now, like they stalled for so long that Pink got splash damage. So if they Trader Joe should have pushed in a while ago while he had the splash advantage, and taken a hit on one or two tanks to take out that mid bunker, and they could reposition there before Pink got splash. Now it's too late.
Yeah, although
they lost their window.
It is still 3 tanks to 1, and oops, ooh.
No. This is a mistake.
He's moved.
He repositioned the tanks.
Yeah, but if Roz repositions now, he's in range of one of those tanks.
Yeah, if he moves it just a couple of inches, if he moves it to that corner, but inside.
Oh, this is really bad from Savior. You gotta be. It's patience. Patience is the name of this game.
He might actually push in here, but those units will die too quick before they kill that tank if they try that. They need to throw a turret right next to it or something. Oh, here we go.
Tank?
They need to rush. They need to rush. 3 tanks on the 1 tank, but they need the vision. They need to drop an SCV.
Yeah.
In this situation,
and he didn't target the tank either.
They couldn't have vision. They did not. Bottom left or bottom right did a great job denying vision to that push.
Here's a tip for you guys. If you want to do that, have 3k in the bank before you do the push. Drop an SCV into the middle, and you get vision for like 5 seconds. Even if the SCV dies, you get it from the cooldown.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, very important. SCV calling down an SCV for vision.
Yeah, you would need
We've
to
got
have
Ping
3
saying, sorry,
Canada Bank
was
first, though.
out ordering a burrito. That's hilarious.
I mean, it seems likely, right? We thought this game could go on for forever because top right couldn't make any aggressive plays, and neither could bottom right. But top
came
right
down
made the
to-
move, and they
Oh
got
my
punished.
god.
That's it. It came down to who made the first mistake, really.
And that's an
Yeah, and
aggressive
unfortunately,
tank.
making any move was a mistake in that particular position. Neither side
that
could afford
tank's
to do
dead.
anything.
No, the tank
That's
lives.
a scary tank.
Tank-
It's very close. I don't think they have any SCVs
No.
on it.
No.
I think their SCVs were. Well, I'm not sure where they were. I can't see them. But I don't think
This is
SCVs are
game
repairing it. I think House was expecting there to be SCVs on that tank.
Yep.
But now that should be game because now there's no more tanks for top right. Bottom right has mid, splash, 2 tanks.
Toxic Panda says, "Holy shit! The one situation that 1v1s prepare you for. This mineral scouting by Roz is actually really good. Really smart play."
Hey. In defense of 1v1s, they're absolutely not applicable 90% of the time.
Yeah, that's why it's good to see the one time where it actually fucking does.
And if you notice as well, those units are just on patrol mode just to look for it all. Here comes the second tank.
Although, okay, bottom right realized, okay, they don't have any tanks. We can just tank, push, and kill them. We don't have to do anything else.
All they've got to do is just sit back and let tanks do the work. They don't even need to do
Absolutely.
anything.
We'll keep vision on it, but it's over.
Yeah.
But
All
here's the
Saber's
thing:
gotta do is
second
just sit
intermediate games are awesome. Both games finished in 30 minutes.
This one was a little more boring than the last one, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's get some pro players to train off the intermediates. This is how you finish a game quick. Show us the mistakes you make to make it finish so quickly.
I think a lot of it is
here we go.
politicking doesn't happen quickly enough. Now this is a mistake with that tank.
I don't know. I mean, they're dead anyway. They may as well try something.
I completely disagree, Silver. I think this gave top right a chance to win the game. If they tried to push into those tanks, they are 100% going to lose.
Yep.
This way, they're increasing the number of fronts. There's now 2 places with a lot of tension on the board, and maybe bottom right sends all of their units to defend middle, and then oops, they kill our 1 tank, but then we can pull our army and smack those 2, right? Like it's when you're behind, when you're losing,
you have to do moves like that.
You have to do something.
You have to make the game complicated, even if they're low percentage shots, right? Even if, like, I agree with you, I think that play was likely to fail. If they played straight up, they were going to lose. They had to increase the number of fronts.
That was a ridiculous game.
Oh, I've moved you in already.
All right.
GG, guys. Well played.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
What is it? The mineral scouting there, the 1v1. It really came to play there. I think that was a big game changer. Were you guys nervous at all there? I mean, I'm thinking there was a changing point there. I saw you had that tank mid. You realized that Trader Joe had splash damage, and that was your next upgrade on your 1 tank. Do you feel that if he pushed his 3 tanks in earlier against your,
did he have 3?
He had 3, yeah,
yes.
With splash before you hit splash, and it's like if he pushed him in, do you think that maybe you guys could have won that? I mean, you had vision, you had mid vision, so.
If he pushed them in before, they would have had a better chance than when they did push them in.
Yeah.
When they did decide to go, we already had splash. So
when did they have 3 tanks? Did they have it as the battle started?
The entire time.
Just they had 3.
Goodness.
They had
the game in the bag.
3 tanks before. I think you started building mid, and they had 3 tanks.
They had 2 tanks before you had 1. By the time your tank finished, there was like 20 seconds before they finished their 3rd tank.
Okay. So they had 2. They had 2.
And they had splash before you.
Yeah, they had 2, and then they got another.
When did they get splash before the 3rd tank finished?
Yeah.
If they had more tanks than us, they should have pushed us mid when we had 1 tank mid.
Yeah.
There's
so
no reason our bunker should have gone up.
But that's why. But that's where you guys played it really well. You played pretty passive, and the fact they didn't attack, I think, was their mistake. But you guys capitalized on holding mid and scouting for those minerals. Made a big.
You guys definitely. Yeah, your armies broke. You had control of mid vision with your armies. You didn't have any tanks, but they, I think, were too worried about pushing it, so they didn't want to attack.
And they were all Reaper too.
Into your vision.
We had the Rotters, and like I just started pooling all my money to. Because I figured my Reapers are only good for cracking bunkers, And upgrades don't help them with that. So I just pooled all my money to Savior, hoping
I'll
that his
start
army could
pulling
carry.
money as soon as
I probably pooled about 4,000
or 4v2ing.
Yeah, they were pooling their to get their tank splash also. MonGP was just throwing money over.
And another question there. I mean, the 4v2 hit top left. I mean, was that something that you wanted to happen? You wanted top left to get 4v2? I mean, they weren't really that far in ahead. They were your diagonals.
We scouted as soon.
Yeah, the natural decision there would have been to hit top right at that point.
No, they were too far ahead. We knew that they were too far ahead.
As soon as we like Roz said, Roz called out, bottom left is really weak. We need to kill them first. So
we need to not hurt top right.
Yeah.
Like we intentionally didn't kill bunkers. We probably shouldn't have even teased the nuke out of them. But they actually used that on our bunker. We traded nukes with each other later.
When our routers were going up.
That was not good. But yeah, we wanted to make sure it was bottom left that died because top right was the only team that we thought would be strong enough to help us 4v2. Top left, it was actually pretty close to 6v2 territory. But it's much better if we can 4v2 because then our win chance goes up to 33%. I thought we were gonna have to swap, but we looked at the scores. After the nuke, we didn't even know if they had. We knew they had at most one nuke. We didn't know. But we figured let's just take a shot here.